Well, hello there, players. How are you doing? Da 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 da.
The 80s.
Yes.
Never be another decade like it.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Got a drink?
Paul.
How are we all?
Boopity-boo.
Doing-
Boobity boo. Hi.
But I still
Boop.
got it, Belly. Boop-boop-be-doo.
Sounds like one of those like there's Betty White. Not Betty White, god damn
Betty
it.
Boop.
Betty Boop, that's
Betty
it.
Boop.
Jesus. That was a stretch of my knowledge. That's far beyond my
I can do
time.
pretty good. I can do pretty good at the Wicked Witch of the West, and I can do Betty Boop. Pretty good.
I can't do nothing. But you know what? That's okay.
I mean, you can do this. This is pretty good.
You just do you, Ivy, and that's fine for Belle and for Elora.
Yep.
That's fine for us too.
Yep.
You good.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
My pretty. And your little dog, too.
Or I should have said your little cat. You and
Yeah.
your cat.
So, how is everybody doing this evening?
Good.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Mhm.
Yes.
So the wife took my son to swim, so I don't have to miss this first part. So
Oh, nice.
Yay.
Okay. I saw your updated list.
that's just like if that's all I have, that's what I'll do first, and then if
Okay.
we have more time, then bonus.
Okay. All right.
To answer your question, tired and counting down the days. I have 49 days.
Until what?
I moved down to Orlando.
Oh.
So now, are you still planning to travel and check it out before you go, or have you decided, oh, I know people there, I'm just going to go?
It's still like the first part's still the vacation quotation mark about
Okay.
it, but I already basically made up my mind saying, yeah, I think it's going to be a good thing for me because my friends actually like got on a call with me, showed me the apartment, gave me the website so I can look at the apartment, things like that, and
Okay.
I have a
cool.
list of the things around by. It's only like a 10-minute from the work that I will be working at. So a 30-minute walk at most. So,
Where will you
and
be
it's right
working?
next to a really big, like, at a restaurant. I don't exactly remember the name offhand, but it's at a Universal Studios
Mm.
in there
Hey.
somewheres.
Universal Orlando. So, yes. She'll be.
I told my
Just
husband
over
before
in
I
the-
turn 50 next year, I'd like to try and make it to Disney World.
Oh, you've never been to Disney World?
I've never been to Florida, my dear.
I've never
you've-
been there either. So, hello.
You have never been to Florida. Okay, two people
Nope.
who have never been to Florida.
The farthest east I've been is Boston. Boston.
Well,
and I
that's
had to go there for work. And then the other farthest east I've ever been is someplace in Pennsylvania. And then Atlanta, Georgia. And that's it. That's as far east in those areas that I've gone.
yeah,
But
because of the curvature of the coastline. You're actually further east in Boston than you are in Florida, and actually, I think for you it's going to be a time zone change.
Just 1 hour.
Ivy. Yeah, because you're in Atlantic time, or what we call Atlantic time, and here it's Eastern time. So.
So it's only
Yeah.
1 hour back. Nothing major.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that worried about it.
gonna
Yeah.
have definitely some climate change to get used to.
Oh, hell yeah. I've
yeah.
been trying to adjust to Fahrenheit, so right now it's 60 Fahrenheit where I'm at right now.
But it's so wonderful, I've heard, during the cooler months in the United States, because, you know, those of us from the north can walk around in like t-shirts and maybe a sweatshirt, and everybody else is like bundled up to their eyeballs.
I'll just still be in a bikini, it's okay.
Well, hold on. You might not even like it, so let me ask you 2 questions.
No.
Do you like pina coladas?
Yeah,
Right.
And getting caught in the
wanna try
rain?
it.
rain.
I don't want
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He went and said it.
You
You
went
went
there.
and did it. That is like
You
one
went
of the
there. Okay.
songs I absolutely hate. I've heard it so
All
many
right.
times.
So, I may adopt something from the Action Sturge and allow the chat to take away inspiration from people that make really bad puns. So,
Yes.
How many points is that going to be, Gelly?
He gets a freebie this time because it wasn't really a pun, so to speak.
yeah, that's true. It really is.
It was completely in character though. Like that's exactly.
It was.
Yeah.
That was exactly what Fallesher would do.
But I should
yes.
take his inspiration away, because now I'm going to have that damn song stuck in my head all freaking night.
It's a pina colada.
I like the twang of the guitar when it comes in, like in the background. It's quite nice.
Mana mana.
Well, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome everybody to karaoke by D&D. No, that's not what this is. This is the Sword Coast Chronicles. We are we are getting ready to start session 52 of the Sword Coast Chronicles, a session that I like to call Goodbye Barovia? ? And last time that we were here in this here adventure, our heroes were deep in the Amber Temple, and they were there with the crazy old wizard that they had met in Barovia, who turns out is, in fact, none other than the legendary Mordenkainen, and also with Rictavio, who it turns out is the legendary monster hunter Van Richten. And they had found and revived, or they had found the clones and resurrected both Tensor and Adaluk, who had put clones of themselves here long before the Circle of Eight was attacked and sundered back in Greyhawk many, many hundreds of years earlier. They also found Exathanter, the lone surviving caretaker, guardian / overseer of the Amber Temple, who is a lich that had lost his mind, but with some greater restoration from Rictavio or from Van Richten, the lich is now back to his faculties, and they had the legendary wizards had done some research, scrying, delving into whatever dark powers they commune with from their planes of existence. And they discovered some insight into why things are going crazy on the Sword Coast at this time, which is that apparently an old nemesis of the Circle of Eight, a very powerful demi-lich by the name of Acerarak,
Oh no!
now has designs on becoming a deity. Not only becoming a deity, but taking the place of Vecna, the god of evil secrets, in the Pantheon. And because because a Sararak wants to become a deity, apparently he's influencing things to just make stuff go crazy, not only in the Sword Coast, but in other parts of the multiverse as well. So the party has unwittingly stumbled onto the outer fringes of this plot, which the ultimate goal of why they're specifically doing these things, even these legendary wizards aren't quite sure yet, but they have an idea of somebody that can help. Unfortunately, that somebody has been kidnapped. That somebody is a storm giant king called King Hecaton. And the reason that the wizards want his help is because he knows a lot of the lore of the small folk races, as giants call humanoids, small folk races from across Toril. So we have a few new people to the chat tonight, so want to take a moment to say, hey, John, thank you for dropping by. Action Sturge and Commodore, good to see you back again.
Johnny boy, oh Johnny boy.
Hey guys.
And, hey, how are you doing?
Hey, John, good to see you, mate.
And so why don't players, why don't you guys go around and let the chat know the character that you are playing and what their class and race are. So I'll just start as you guys appear on my screen. Thaldor, you are first. Or Michael, you are first. So who are you playing? What race and class are they?
I am playing Thaldor Tamalid. He is a human rogue.
Okay. And Paul.
Paul is playing Crenraid Hillcrest. He is a mountain dwarf barbarian zealot who is the smartest of the group in his own mind.
Almost definitely.
The second Mia Mulek, right?
I respect Mulek, yeah.
And
I feel the love, Paul. I feel the love.
Ken, who are you playing?
I am playing Falazur, a half-elf bard / cleric.
Bard/cleric. Okay.
You said that with such disdain, though.
And James, who are you playing?
James plays a human wizard, Mulek Avister. He grew up amongst in a town full of some crazy wizards. He's always been interested in the arcane, and he's just slowly increasing in knowledge and wisdom in that area of expertise.
He is a wizard /
I started off. He started off as an artificer because he likes to tinker with stuff, and then he realized that he needed some help. That the little tinker toys he was playing with wasn't going to be powerful enough to seek out his revenge.
Okay, and Heather.
Yes. I play a Furbog druid that's part of the Circle of the Moon group. And
what's your character's name?
Oh, I'm sorry. Desarius, but he goes by the name Des.
Okay. And Ivy.
My name is Ivy. I play Belle. She is a Baxi, but she's also a bard that dabbles in basically every single thing ever. If you're a kobold, look out because she will kill you. No tomorrow. Not even
I
5
think-
minutes. We're gonna be dead.
Seconded.
I think when Ivy grows up, she wants to be Patrick Rothfuss. She wants to play a Patrick Rothfuss character. For those who aren't familiar, in the Acquisitions Incorporated, he talked Chris Perkins into allowing him to play a character that just takes one level of every class. And so every time he levels up, he's a different class.
Well, like what I mean is like she dabbles in clericy, but then she dabbles in like death spell thingies, and then a lot of things.
That was very good roleplay. I admire that. That was great.
Okay. All right. So, there's some time that has passed between the last session and this session, and in that time, the wizards and the Lich and Van Richten have spent some time scouring the Amber Temple, shooing out or destroying the uninvited guests that were here, and collecting some magic items that they have discovered that they think might be useful. One of those magic items you guys found on your own last week, and Mulek, I believe you have that currently in your possession.
Yes.
Yes, that would be the Staff of Frost. But they have also brought 2 additional items that they think might be useful to the party. You notice there are several other items that they lock away, and when you ask them, they think that those might be a little bit out of you guys might need a little bit more adventuring experience before you could safely handle those items. They think they're a little bit overpowered for you at the moment, but they have them here, and they anticipate that this will not be the last time that your party and they see each other. So, the other 2 items that they have are a ring of evasion, and they have a belt of fire giant strength.
Ooh.
So, let us see. Ring of evasion.
Who's the slowest in the group? They might need that to get away from AoEs.
So, whoops, let me go here. I'm going to do this. No. Dummy. Oh. There.
And I wasn't doing that to be mean. I mean, seriously, because evasion would be great for someone that has a real low dex. And if there's an area of effect, that'd be great for them to get out of.
You're absolutely right.
Just for the just for the sake of everybody, there are there's some I placed it into the general chat in Discord, the information on the ring of evasion, and then I am going the belt of fire giant strength that basically turns your strength to, I think it's 25. Yeah,
25 strength. Yeah, I remember fondly the many belts of strength.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, what?
So-
Is this the treasure we're getting? I'm just getting confused.
Yeah. There's 2 items that are going to be handed out.
And you said
One-
you said there was a third one that's too powerful. Is that?
There are several other items
Oh.
that yeah.
Gotcha.
One of them looks like oddly enough, it looks like a book.
Oh.
A book.
There.
A book.
A book.
A book. I love
Whoa.
books. I love books.
I like tomes. Can I have the tome, please?
No. Not
No.
yet.
Not
Not
yet.
Look at Mulek's eyes like
But
frost this morning.
if I read it, I will get wiser, right? That's what books are for.
Sure.
Why would you bother reading a book to get wiser? Surely you just want to
Oh.
experience life and go through those kind of changes, right?
Or it could suck your soul out.
Or just
I mean,
magically
that's
become
probable.
smarter.
Is that a thing?
Maybe.
Oh.
Like I said, it could suck your soul out. I mean, you never know what kind of book it is.
Yeah. True. Some books have really put me to sleep, so I just go straight out. I like the ones with pictures.
True, those
Right.
are the best ones.
Grenade, I will pull you aside one evening at a campfire, and I will teach you to read.
I could
It's
read.
going to take
as
more
long
than
as
one
there's pictures.
evening. I think it's
I
going to
didn't-
take more than
Big
one
words,
evening.
Grenade. Big words, not hammer go smash. Well, I know you have that book in your. I've seen it in your. Oops, sorry. I've seen it in your book bag. Should I say, or your backpack? But what is it? Hammer go smash, anvil go ding. I'll teach you bigger words.
I've no need of books. Everything I
around-
learned is right here,
Other than
locked
for
in this
paper to
little
wipe my
chest.
bum.
Unless he finds Falazir's secret adult comic books.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Why are they an adult comic book? What makes them an adult?
Oh, well, they have drinking in them, so, you got to be 21.
And ladies with big yabos.
Yeah, but
And-
dwarf children books have those things in them. What's so different about being an adult?
Well, there's also people smoking in the pages. You got to be 18 to view that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
You
Yes.
do that when you're a baby, when you're a
there's,
dwarf.
There's people, there's
when
smoking
you have-
coming out of the pages? What?
Yes, when they're smoking pages, you have to have adult supervision so the children don't catch themselves on fire. From the
Oh, see,
book. Yes.
thank you for the explanation there, Van Richten. That was very helpful.
Yes. It is very important that you all know that you have the right books. Now, I think that we would like to fill you in on where we believe you can find Hecaton and how you can reach him. And Morton Kanan says, yeah, it's really important that you guys go and find Hecaton's conch of teleportation. Because I think that has something to do with his kidnapping. You see,
Conquer what?
It's a conch of teleportation.
I'm going to need a picture. I've no idea what that is.
Conch.
This
Like a conch
is
shell?
a huge shell. It's a
Oh.
huge shell sized for a giant.
Ah, that can't be that hard to find, surely.
Well, except our scrying indicates that it is in a cloud giant's castle. So we're going to have to send you to this cloud giant's castle, and we think we know just the place to send you. Now, as I said, we figured out how we can make an extra dimensional space within this demiplane that within that space it will nullify Strahd's control. So we can inscribe a teleportation circle there, and that will allow you guys to travel. So it's going to take us several hours to set up that. To set this up, it's a ritual to create the extra dimensional space, another ritual to make it permanent, and then we have to spend some time inscribing the teleportation circle. So we're looking about another 12 hours or so worth of work for us. So
yeah, I was originally hoping for like several days.
Several days.
The more time we're here, the more knowledge I can gain from.
Several days.
Yeah.
Several days. Do you have any idea who this Acererak is?
No, I've never met him.
No. Mm-mm.
Can I roll a check?
Yes, you can.
It's got a nice name.
You know.
Acererak. It sounds like a very powerful and strong sounding name.
Oh, he's powerful, all right.
23.
Nice.
Okay, Feldor, you have heard tales of this lich or demi-lich and his reputation. And the basically what you know about him, the rumors are that he travels between worlds, and he is rumored to take sick pleasure in devouring the souls of adventurers whom he lures into trap-ridden dungeons where they suffer horrible deaths. That is
So
that
I relay
is who
that.
this. Yeah.
Getting flashbacks.
With a
to our
little
character.
inflection, right? With a little inflection on this is one nasty dude. Morning Kanan, I'd almost say he's more powerful than you are.
Well, I'll tell you what. I certainly wouldn't want to face him alone. And if he has designs on taking Vecna's place in the Pantheon, and any power he has now is certainly going to get a whole lot, is going to increase a whole lot more. And just imagine the kind of mayhem and chaos he could cause if he attained the status of even a demigod. I mean, he's already powerful enough.
All the more reason for me to learn as much as I can. Well, if I can get at least 16 hours, if I get 16 hours to just put my mind to the grind and learn as much as I can while we're here before we leave, that would help.
Mulek, I think I can give you a hand, maybe.
We don't want to leave unprepared.
No, but I'm just thinking that I might be able to give you a hand with that. I might not be the best, but I might have a trick or two up my sleeve.
And Van Richten looks at Mulek and says, "What would you be spending that time doing?"
Well, you know, this book over here in this room has got some powerful spells contained within it, and unless I am able to leave with some scrolls that I could study later, I would need to study here before I leave.
And Exothanter looks and says, "Oh, baby, you mean my spell book? Well, of course. You guys
God, that's
knock
what he
yourselves, knock yourselves out.
I missed this last week. He sounds like Austin Powers. Yeah,
Go
baby.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
It's the Beatles.
Belle would
John
just be
Lennon.
staring
I'm more
at him
Austin
like,
Powers.
what is going on? I leave the room for one moment.
Someone
Yeah,
did some
go
weird
ahead.
finger waggling and he started talking like I don't know. I guess he's from a strange place.
Yeah, go ahead, Mulek, darling. How have a look at the book and copy the spells that you want. I mean, everything's groovy here, but you can't be wasting too much time because that big old baddie Acererak, he's just going to try to take more and more and more, and that won't be any good for anybody.
Well, believe me, I would really like to spend 3 days here, but I understand the urgency. So if I could get as much time as allowed, and I walk over to the book and I just immediately just start preparing and reading and just kind of go sit in the corner and start going at it.
Mulek, do you need quill and paper?
No, I'm using my my incense.
Oh, well, I mean, I have fancy quill and paper I can give you, too, to put that into your spell book.
Yeah,
Does that be magical paper, Gally?
I don't put it in my spell book. I put it in my my shard.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
Puts it in a spell shard. And no, I mean there's some specific components that a wizard requires to special inks that they require to put it in a spell book. The spell book itself holds the magic. It can be worded, but it's not necessarily magical in and of itself.
Gotcha. Try to be helpful, Mulek. Anything you need from me, don't feel free to ask.
No, I appreciate it. If you had a spell that could like freeze time, that would be awesome. But I don't know if you are carrying around any such.
You can ask Mordenkainen, and he's right there. I mean,
Actually, Adaluk will say, "Great Scott, freeze time. Why, that's maybe not a bad idea. I don't know if we could actually have it do anything beyond right here. It's a demiplane, so I don't think it would have too much of an effect outside of this demiplane. But Mordenkainen and Tensor and Exathanter, we should study this. See if perhaps once we deal with Strahd and put him in his place, maybe we can figure out how to use some of the spells like Time Stop that we have access to give these adventurers maybe a little extra advantage." And Tensor says, Yes, that would be a good one, old chap. I seem to recall a time when I was adventuring in Eberron, and we came upon this large encampment of ogres, and they were systematically taking a bunch of humanoids and simply sacrificing them. And Mordenkainen is, yeah, Tensor, we don't have time for your damn stories. Okay, Mulek, you go copy that. Now, what are the rest of you gonna do?
Well, apparently we're going to freeze some time, so I need to go get some ice. I think there's some on this mountain, so I'll be back in a bit.
No, Crinraid, no. And Outdoor just puts his hand to his face. No. Look, I'll keep you busy. Come on, let's study on your moves. Defensive. Let's talk about your defense, offense. Let's just go over that, and we'll make a plan.
Make a plan about what? We need some ice, don't we?
No, we don't need no ice. Just come over here. Look, shiny. I give him a full lot of gold. Look at this.
I'm not a dog. What are you doing?
We'll come run over, though. He's like, I want it.
And I tossed the gold. But I was like, hey, come on, Crane. No, seriously, let's go talk about your tactics. And if
my tactics are great. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, God. This is going to be a long conversation.
Okay, so while this is starting to go on, do you guys have any ideas of who you might want to dole out the Ring of Evasion and the Belt of Fire Giant Strength to?
Say who has the lowest dex.
I'm good for the ring. I don't need that.
I don't need it because I actually have evasion.
I've got a dex of 15, so.
Like, what's your dex?
Oh, I'm 17, but I wouldn't have room for another attuned
Okay.
item anyways.
Falliger. Ken.
You reckon?
Yeah, Falliger, what's your dex there?
You must be grabbing a drink or something.
Did
Okay.
we lose Ken?
Maybe.
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 That's pretty well like mine. So
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be
So
very similar.
then I would say probably Dez. No offense, Dez, you are a big target.
Yeah, like It
You
just
stand
happens.
out in the room, and I just go over and look up at Dez. You kind of stand out in the room, Dez.
You are a big target. That is true. But it's nice having a big target because it means they're going to aim at
Yeah.
you and not at me.
Yeah. Ken, what's your dex? Or Falliger's dex?
It's a 14.
Ooh, his is the
14.
lowest.
Yeah, his is
Yeah,
the lowest.
you need the
Yeah.
ring.
What?
The ring of evasion. It's good to, if you fail a dex save, you can take one of the charges. And what is it? Isn't it? It's not automatic, is it?
Yeah.
Automatic success.
It basically gives you legendary what do they call it? It's legendary legendary actions is something you do on somebody else's turn. Legendary resistance. There you go.
I don't want it.
Okay, it's a rare item. If you're worried about having attunement, if you have any uncommon attuned items, this might be a good upgrade.
Yeah. I just don't. I don't want it. It's fine.
Well, and
Okay.
and Dez and Falliger, I think technically had the same dex modifier, right?
Yeah.
15
Yeah.
or 14
Let's
is
do
the
so.
same.
Same with Belle has 7, so she's higher.
no, I just have +4, but it's like bugged out for some reason. I have +1 to it too. I don't know.
Did we get any gold, or was it just magic items?
Oh, yes. There was some gold.
gold.
Yes. They were able to scrounge together and find the following. They found 10,000 gold pieces
Outdoor's jaw dropped to the floor.
in coin, and they found 2,000 gold pieces in assorted gemstones. So it might be a good idea to take a look at what what if any magical gem components you guys need for various spells that you have, and if there are any specific ones, we can make sure that some of those are included in the 2,000 gold pieces worth of gemstones.
I believe our good friend Falliger over there was looking for some shiny diamonds because we made up a whole spiel about trying to get some and it didn't work out.
Oh, did we just get 2,000 gold pieces and diamonds? I like it.
Well,
Some variety
now,
in there, but
yeah, you were looking for specifically a 500 gold piece diamond. Is that right, or was it a 100 gold piece diamond for the
I
spell
believe
that you
I
have?
think they were just 300.
300 gold piece.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say that there's at least 2. So at least 600 gold pieces worth of those gems are 300 gold piece diamonds. I don't want to say they all are that size because if somebody else has, other things that they need other kinds of gemstones for. But so those of you who are spellcasters, look through your spell list and see what if any other spell components, gemstone components you may need.
I don't need any right now.
I can make some very nice bracelets. Other than that.
Okay.
I'm good. I have all of the components I need. Which are my poisoner's kit, my thieves' tools, we can go down the list. My calligraphy set, for forgeries. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't hear that. Oh, making contracts. I'm good.
Hey, I think I
Yeah.
signed one of those. Hold on. back in Gracklestad when we were doing the first jig, I think I signed one of those. What did it say?
Oh, I'm in servitude to this party until your death. So, and I get a percentage cut of anything you make.
Eh? Oh, wait. That's not fair.
Use contract. That's what it is.
We were supposed to sign a contract?
I'm sorry, Belle. You wasn't here when we founded that part of the party. But you can sign one now if you'd like. And Dowder's just scribbling down in the corner, just writing out a contract.
If I could read, I would already be angry.
But you said earlier you could.
And when they have pretty pictures, or it's in Dwarvish, all this common and the squiggly lines, it's confusing.
Hey, it's okay. I took a modest 5%. It's okay. But Fowler's contract says 10, so it's okay. you got out.
Oh, he is the star, so I get that.
True.
I was hurt by that comment. I thought I was the star too.
Maybe you're the star
Okay,
of yourself, but of the band, it's Fowler's all right.
Right. I write 20% down on the little contract I'm working on and put 20% on Bell.
No. Make it 25. I don't want no cheapy cheaps.
25? Okay.
That's kind of a ring to it. Falazure and the Tabaxis. That's a good band name.
But we only have one cat.
She'll walk over to Des and say, he can shapeshift into a cat, right? Like a human cat? Like a big cat, like me cat.
About this time, he's like, meh, yeah, and casts wild shape change and turns into his tiger.
That is not exactly what I meant, but you know what? That's okay. She'll kind of pet her head a little bit and say, you know what? We can go for a ride. Like, I can play this, and then I can play this, and she'll just go into her bag of holding and try and, like, pick open all her instruments and just pull them out.
Are you trying to make a tiger play an instrument?
He can play the drums by smacking his tail on the ground.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I like Battlecat. Battlecat is great.
Yep.
I guess we're going somewhere, huh?
Des will ask, he's like, so, would I be allowed to take Sangzor with us?
Let me see. That is a question for. I think there's a.
What's a Sangzor?
There's a giant goat. Looks delicious.
Eight willing creatures. So there's 6 of you. And there's the goat is 7. And do you have any other actual animal companions other than the ones that Mulek summons? And he can put his owl, his familiar, into an extra dimensional space.
Piddlewick is inside of the bag, right?
Yeah, Piddlewick. Piddlewick. You got to remember, you guys have Piddlewick with you. So, he's in the bag of holding because he doesn't need to breathe.
Oh,
Yeah,
Piddlewick's this
Piddlewick?
really creepy-looking doll thing that we discovered. We took it to see some toy maker. Apparently, it's got like some dart gun in it, which we managed to fiddle with and disable. Mulek knows a bit more about that kind of thing. I just did where my hands were told.
Okay.
Mulek's busy. I can describe this real quick. He has poison darts and knockout darts.
But do we know if Piddlewick? Do we know if Piddlewick will be alive or be active outside of this plane? That's the question.
It's a damn good question.
But we did take 2 of the darts that we could potentially manufacture later on if he is inactive. Although I guess if he's inactive, we could take him out of him at another time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can manufacture the poison and the knockout darts.
Yeah, and I could help with that with my my artificer skills.
That is true. You can manufacture the darts. I can make the poisons. Yeah. Teamwork.
And Val will come up behind him and say, well, I can do something too. I just don't know what yet.
Be you, Belle. Just be you. It works wonderful.
So you... So did we decide, Des, are you going to take that ring?
Yes.
Okay. So add a ring of evasion to your inventory. And if it's not part of the SDK that's in Roll20, I can get you the information
Nope,
so you can...
It's part of it.
Okay, cool. And then did we have anybody that wanted the belt of fire giant strength?
What does that do, Gally?
Gives you a strength of 25.
Ooh!
Wow.
It has the lowest strength.
Well, there's 2 ways of thinking about it. Either who has the lowest strength or who is going to be using the most strength-related abilities.
Oh, that's easy. Crinraid.
I'm keeping quiet on this one.
How would you like a little?
You said it's a strength of 25.
Yep.
It's a lot of strength.
Kren.
The
It's all
Kren.
for you, buddy.
Yeah.
What is it? How can a belt make me stronger? That doesn't make any sense. Does it have weights in it or something?
Yes, it's extreme. It's extreme weight training. You have the weight of a fire giant on your shoulders.
Oh, I'm not sure I could carry that. That would be quite difficult.
But that's what the belt's for.
Why?
Yeah. They the wizards will say, "Oh, actually, Van Richten will say, yes, Crinraid, come on, try this out. I think you'll find it quite interesting."
Yeah, but I can't feel bad. I've already got the shiny little sword thing that has like the... How do you work again? Hold on, let me just remember. And he starts fiddling with the... Oh, hold on. Yeah, I've got this thing.
Please point that away from everybody else while you're playing with it.
Sorry, yeah, of course, yeah. How did it work again? Oh, yeah. By the power of Hellcrest.
No. Don't say the magic word.
Wait, what word was that again? I don't
What's
remember.
the magic word?
I'll remind you.
No.
Not
Yes.
now. Later, when I
Magic
tell you when
word.
to use it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That is
I
right.
remember we talked about a magic word very briefly.
So
What
now-
was it again?
How is your...
Don't worry about it. I will remind you later.
Out of character, Paul Falliger, or I'm sorry, not Falliger. Crenraid has 2 attuned items right now. Right, he's got the
That is
sword
correct.
and the ring, so he has a slot for the belt.
I'm about to
That
say,
is
what
correct.
about Ken? Can you use strength? What's your strength, Ken? And I know you usually sword and board it. What's your strength?
It's
Are you-
15.
Are you using strength or are you using dex for your attacks?
I use strength.
He might need it.
Okay, well then that's another
I-
option.
I had planned to start using like big 2-handers and stuff in the future, but it's not that big
Oh,
of a
well,
deal.
it would would help him out a lot.
Well, with the damage output of two-handed weapons,
I only get one attack, so that's kind of like. I mean, I get multi attacks, but it's only I get like 3 per rest or something like that. I think it is.
okay.
So let me see. Yeah. 3 per long rest. Jeez.
Yeah.
So it'd be better on Kenraid. It's fine.
Okay.
Or do you want to take the shiny sword? Because you are sworded and boarding it, right? You could use this shiny sword here. You got to say the magic word, and I think you could maybe be able to change. Ask one of these smarter people, and then you use it in 2 hands, and it's like a 2-handed sword. You just go wum wum wum.
He even made the noises.
Yeah.
You guys are confused me. I'm talking in character, out of character.
He's got
The vum vum was in character.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
that'd be a pretty good trade once we don't need it here or something, I guess.
anywhere.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, with a level of cleric, it does give you extra radiant damage with that sunblade.
What?
So,
Why?
well, I mean, it's a weapon that deals extra radiant damage.
Oh yeah.
So that might go along with being a cleric.
The static works for both of our characters. I'm as barbarian that deals radiant damage.
Okay.
By Pharmacal. You're a cleric, so it works for both of our character concepts.
So
Yeah.
I just picture like fellas, you're in Ken Raider, like, you're like, here, take this, and he's like, fellas, you're like, no, take this. Oh, we'll swap this. Oh yeah, take this. So okay, so you'll take the belt, you'll give me a sword, and I'll give you my +1 hammer.
All right, yeah, works for me.
Does that work?
What hammer is it? I can't remember.
It's
So
just out of character. It's just a +1 warhammer. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's magical.
Yeah.
Unless you had something. You didn't have a magic weapon before, right?
no, but I did cover my my mold in silver, though it's going to start brittling really soon, so I have to do it again. But we've got lots of silver coins.
I don't think we need that. Maybe not right away.
Yeah, I've always got these good old fists anyway, mate. So you keep a hold of that for now. You might be able to lob it at someone or something.
Oh my god!
You don't want the +1 warhammer? Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
I mean, your Krenraid, at this point, as a barbarian, are your attacks are your barehanded attacks considered magical at this point yet?
The first attack of any round as I'm raging is a magical attack because it is blessed by radiant energies.
Okay.
But that's only the first attack, so the rest would not be. No.
Okay. Am I mixing up with monks, or do barbarians eventually get to a point where their unarmed attacks are considered magical as well?
I think it may just be monks, but I get the feeling there may be a subclass that gives you that, but I don't think it's
okay. All right. So that's just a consideration, because, if you have multiple attacks, but only one of them can be magical, then, when you start going after big game and you start facing off with things that require magic weapons to hit them, I mean, you may have found everybody may have found and upgraded their weapons by that time. But if you don't have a magic weapon, it's probably better to distribute the magic weapons across the party than to have one person be using a magic weapon and have another one stuck in their backpack that isn't being used.
He's making a lot of sense. Yeah, I'll take the hammer. I could always use it for some fun too.
Yeah.
So
and
it was a sunblade, not a sun sword, right? Because
Sunblade.
Yeah.
Is it bad whenever you guys say hammer? I always think of those little tiny hammers, like you're just gonna smash someone's head with a handheld hammer.
You can. You can absolutely do that. 1d4 damage. They are very fun to use. That is the text that matters.
Do more damage than that.
It does 1d8 single-handed, but it's versatile. So you can use it in two-handed, which is 1d10. It's +2 and uses strength.
Yeah, and Ken, I believe the Sunblade is in the SRD for both roll 20 and for D&D Beyond. So you should be able to.
I added it.
All right. And then Fallager will also have the. Did we decide he's having the belt? No. Who's having the belt?
I think Crenraid is.
Crenraid's having the belt. Crenraid has the +1 hammer, and Fallager has the Sunblade. Okay, wonderful. All right. Cool. Okay, so
it's actually really good that way, because if you're swording and boarding there, Fallager, and you have this fancy sword, you have to talk to one of them about changing the wording, though. It might get a bit confusing. That's pretty good, because you could use it with a shield as well, and you're proper tanky.
Yeah, if you decide, Fallager, a command word that you would like to use for the Sunblade to make the blade appear, then you can work with one of the legendary wizards and they can reset that for you. So, they basically overwrite. They're basically IT for magic items. They'll go in and they'll update the password for you.
I do feel quite.
All right, so yes, after a while, you do feel quite a bit stronger, and with a strength of 25, that is going to give you what, +7? What is it, +7 on your strength checks?
That's nuts.
Yeah. And if you are, if you're trained in athletics, that'll give you an insane athletics check.
I'm going to grapple so many people.
Oh yeah. It really fits in with the way you like playing Crenraid. So all of the hand-to-hand stuff that you do with him.
So, Fallager, did we really split the gold 6 ways?
What? You're asking me, not Fallager.
Oh, I can ask. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I imagine there's 6 of us, so divided by 6, that's 6, 6, 6, 6.
Yeah. So the 2,000. Well, we know 600 of at least 600 of the gems in diamonds are going to Fallager. Did any of you other spellcasters, do you need any gems for spells that you have?
No, but what I did was I put the 1,400 remaining gold pieces of gems from the Amber Temple into the party
treasure
loot bag of holding.
Party loot bag of holding. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep. Party loot. Yep. So if we come across a time where we need a specific gem, we can look in that bag to see if we've got one.
Yeah.
So
and the other
counted out.
Yeah, the other thing you can do with that gold is you can find the nearest 100 gold pieces that divides evenly by 6, and then just throw the rest of the gold into the party loot. And that way it'd be part of your slush fund.
Yeah, I'll donate all of Crenraid has no care for coins, so he just puts it all in the bag for the party.
Okay.
I will stop him before he does and say,
okay,
can I take out the one shiny one?
Yeah. It's for everyone to use. You could have it. There you go.
She'll just dump the whole thing on the floor, and then she'll just line them up to the ones that are shiniest to the ones that are not the shiniest, and pick the shiniest one and say, okay, I guess I'll take this one.
So the tiger's basically laying on this rumpled bed, and he's practically caving it in, and he's just doing this low rumble, really? So he's got his eyes kind of half closed, I'm not amused.
She'll turn to Tess and say, what? It's a shiny coin. Who can resist shiny sometimes? Like, when you want this one, she'll flip the dirtiest one over my desk.
And Des just chuffs.
So that gave us 4 gold. It was just 6. If it was 1666, we have 4 gold pieces go into the slush fund, and then I gave 1 extra to Bell, so they'll took the 1665 and add that to the party slush fund from Kryn.
Okay.
So we have 1,761 in our gold pieces in our party.
How much does that mean? How much does everybody get individually?
You get
1666.
1666. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
10-4.
All right. And so while as you are dividing all that stuff up, Mulek, you have had 12 hours, or you get 16 hours to do your spell copying. So, what spells have you been able to add to your spell book in 16 hours?
Oh, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. So guys, thanks for sticking around while I, spent some time studying out of this book, but I was able to learn a spell that will help me split multiple images of myself that will help me maintain concentration when I cast certain spells. I get hit. These images might help. I've also learned a way to dispel certain magics we come across, or if anyone's enchanted or if something happens, I have a way now to overcome that, possibly. And then I've learned the ability to do some major fire damage if we need to flame up a bunch of
Oh yeah, that was the
enemies.
magic word, wasn't it? Hold
There were
on,
some other-
No.
No, don't say it. There were some other great spells I wanted to learn, but I just didn't have the time. So I had to prioritize which ones I could in this short amount of time. But thanks for giving me the time to do this. Hopefully it'll come in
It was
handy.
fun watching you read that book. It looked like you were really enjoying it.
My eyes are all cross-eyed.
I been on that book for so long, I took like 6 cat naps.
I'll take the contract I made over to Bell. Bell, here. You want to sign this real quick?
Cat naps.
She kind of look at it, still kind of like squint her eyes and makes like the Google eyes and try and read it. And she says, "You know what? This is Huggus." So she just claws it.
It's okay. I made copies. We had enough time. Here's an extra copy.
Oh, okay, thank you. She'll grab it and like fold it into trying to make a hat out of it.
That's
and then
fine.
she'll go and put it over Dad's.
Next performance we have, just remember 25% comes to me.
You put it on whose head?
On your head.
Oh. He kind of looks up from where he's been, like, he finally changed back into himself so that he could get a full rest. And he takes it down and he kind of looks at it and then sticks it in his bag of all holding.
I'll take that as a token of appreciation. It's to kind of pet Dez's shoulder if she could, and she'll walk over to the pile of papers that she shredded from the first one that he gave her and said, "You have another one? I want to make another hat."
No.
Meanwhile, Des is kind of put a question out for anybody.
Oh.
Is there any way of enchanting or putting a magic spell on like a sling bullet or a stone that can be flung? And if it hits something, the spell goes off?
I could make it smell like toots, or I could make it give off of a funny sound.
There was back in Hillcrest, there was a little thing like if you walked through a door in this tavern, it would have like a little color spray effect thing. I think that was magic, and it was on the floor. I don't know if that's what you're after though.
Well, I guess I'm looking to see if you can if there's a way of maybe enchanting stones or having a spell cast on them or something that will stay there with the stone
I wouldn't know.
until I like row it.
Well, I'm afraid that's a bit out of my ballpark, but if you need some really nice stones, I can help you.
Well, he's kind of also then he kind of looks over at Mordecane and the others. What say you?
Okay. You're asking for, and I'm trying to parse out.
Glyph of warding. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
glyph of warding. Okay, so that's you want glyph of warding. There's a. Yeah, I mean that's a spell, and let me see.
Glyph of warding, something like explosive runes or spell glyph on top of a bullet or something like that, which allows you to...
or like engraved on a stone, and then he just has it as ammunition, and then at some point in time he just can pull it out.
It's expensive and takes a long time to set up, but it's definitely something that you could keep building upon if anyone in the party knew it, which I don't think we do.
And let's see.
OOC, of course.
Yeah, they
would not know this.
They will tell you, or Morton Cannon will look at Des and say, "Des, I thought you were more practical than that."
It's a hypothesis. I'm just curious.
Well, you can certainly inscribe an explosive rune onto a sling bullet, but you realize that to inscribe it, it's going to take an hour to put it on each individual sling bullet, and it's going to take a diamond worth 200 gold pieces that is consumed every time you inscribe the rune. So, are you really telling me you want to spend 200 gold pieces and an hour to have a little bit of explodey damage on a sling bullet? I think there's a lot.
It had to be explodey bullet. It's. How about? Is there anything else that can be cast upon an item that it stays inert until it hits something?
Magic stones. I think first level or zero. It's either a cantrip or first level spell. Warlocks get access to it.
Yeah. Don't you have a magic goat? Speaking of which, where the hell did he go?
He was too big to get through the crevice. He's outside.
Now hear me out. You can petrify your goat's poo, and he's magical, so therefore his pellets would be magical, and you could use that for ammo.
Yeah, now okay, so the magic stone is a cantrip.
Yeah.
And it's a bonus action, and it will last a minute. Doesn't require any concentration. And as a druid, it is on your spell list. So
what does it do? I guess. What are you doing?
You touch up to 3 pebbles and imbue them with magic. You or someone else can make a ranged spell attack with one of the pebbles by throwing or hurling it with a sling, and it'll use the range of the sling. On a hit, it takes the normal bludgeoning damage, and then it adds 1d6 plus your spell casting modifier of additional bludgeoning damage. So basically, it gives you an extra 1d6 plus whatever on top of the normal damage.
Okay. The only problem is
And
I
then
don't
as
have
soon
that. I mean, it can be in the druid's cantrip list, but I don't have that on my spell
Don't-
list.
Oh yeah, I think you druids know all your spells, don't you? So you should be able to just add it. I think.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the way it works?
I think so. I'm not 100%, but I think druids
Let
know
me-
all their spells like clerics, right?
Yeah, let me
And you
double
just-
check on this.
you just choose which ones you
Yeah,
want
you
to
just
use
prepare
that
them.
day.
Artificers only learn 2, and that's it. So I don't know about
Right.
the other.
Clerics and
classes.
druids know all of their spells. You just have to prepare them differently as you take long rests.
Yeah. Spell casting. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Actually, you do gain spells. So at first level, you know 2 cantrips of your choice from the druid spell list. You learn additional druid cantrips as you gain higher levels, as shown on the cantrips known. So cantrips, you do have to choose.
So they know all their spells from all their cantrips. Got it.
Okay. You prepare the list of druid spells that are available for you to cast, choosing from the druid spell list. So yes, when you are preparing spells for the day, you choose spells from the druid spell list up to the spell level that you can cast. But
Gotcha.
cantrips, you have to select those. Now, you did just gain a level. So we can say that as part of your level gain, if you wanted to swap out a cantrip that you had chosen that you never use for something that you think you will use, then I think that's, it's a cantrip, so it's not that big a deal.
It's an official optional rule as well, Gally. You've hit the nail on the head there. It's up to the GM if he wants to use it or not, but it lets you swap out cantrips and you level up. The exact same thing.
Yep.
Okay.
And so I think what we should do is we should also go to the other spellcasters in the party and have you look at your cantrips, and if there are cantrips that you have on your spell list that you thought you were going to use and you wound up you never have used them, then go ahead and swap one of those out for something that you would use. Just to keep that fair for everybody.
Again, it's an optional rule
I've
for
used-
all classes pretty much now, so it's great.
Yeah, I've used both of mine, so I'll probably just keep them.
Okay.
I think I'm going to try to make a choice between resistance and guidance. So.
Tough choice. Don't envy you.
I have guidance. Just FYI.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
and-
almost everyone has guidance here because I know I do. I have it as well.
Oh,
I don't have guidance. What's this guidance talk about?
Well, of course, Krenraid has guidance. His guidance is see monster, kill monster.
I do feel like sometimes my blows are led by a divine hand, but it's one that Krenray just doesn't understand. So, yeah.
And then, as you guys are working, Van Richten, who has been out of the room for a while, he comes in and he says, "Oh, we found something else. I think that perhaps Mulek, you might be interested in this." And he has a tattered and singed and slightly used, and by slightly used I mean barely holding together, spell book in his hands. And he says, I think that most of the items in here will be ones that you would eventually come to know. So I might as well see if you can make use of this. And
He just holds out his hands, just very grateful. Thank you. I'll take care of this and treasure this book.
What he gives you is he gives you a spell book that has belonged to a mage in PC Mage, and I am going to put this in a PM to James. Spells in the spell book. Okay. So, there you go. That's what you have in there. Some of those may be things that you already have. Some of those may be new. And you can take whatever time that you need as you adventure along to transfer those over to your shard. And then
good.
Van Richten also says, and the mage that had that had found himself a little space where he thought he could avoid detection. Unfortunately, the poor chap didn't have any food or water, and the gods know how long he was there before he succumbed. And around his neck, he had this. And he holds up an amulet that is shaped like an upside down V. And he holds, Van Richten holds this out and looks back and forth expectantly at all of you. Wondering if any of you recognize what this is.
Out of character, yes. In character.
Oh no, I can take a good look.
Yeah,
at
what would
it.
I have to roll?
I
did
could
he hold
roll
up?
it. It's an amulet that's shaped like an upside down V. So basically, it looks like a letter A without the
Investigation.
cross. I'd say Arcana.
The Assassin's Creed symbol?
Arc.
I'm
Close.
using guidance on myself.
Yeah, do
that
it.
sucked worse
Get
than
some.
the last one. Jeez.
Because I always roll bad.
Daudor has no idea.
1d6.
Dang.
You have no idea. Belle has no idea.
Guidance a 1d4, isn't it? Yeah.
1d4.
I'm going to use my
Holy
my
crap.
chronal shift.
Not
There
a
you
4
go.
Either.
He's-
Okay, so 22 for Falisher and 22 for Mulek. So yes, at the same time, Falisher and Mulek, they look at each other and their eyes widen and they grin, and simultaneously they say, "The control amulet."
Oh, for the
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
automaton or whatever.
For
that thing was.
the shield guardian that you
Yeah,
found
shield
in the
guardian.
room where one of the wizards was. So that is a thing that you guys can have. And I think from what we determined, if you take the goat and then you add the shield guardian plus yourselves, that'll give you 8. So 8 will fit in the circle of teleportation.
How convenient.
What are
Yes.
the properties of the golem exactly?
Shield Guardian is a. Let me go over here, and I will.
If I remember correctly, it's got a butt ton of health. I'm not going to give any specifics in case Gary wants to keep that kind of stuff secret.
Well, I mean, you've got a whole bunch of big wizards here. The Shield Guardian is a construct, is a large construct that is bound to an amulet. And as long as the Guardian and the amulet are on the same plane of existence, the wearer can telepathically call the Guardian to travel to it, and the Guardian knows the distance and direction to the amulet. And when the Guardian is within 60 feet of the wearer, half of any damage the wearer takes, rounded up, is transferred to the Guardian. The Shield Guardian also has some regeneration. So it will, it can regenerate damage that it has taken. Now that regeneration does not go backwards to the wearer. It just heals the Shield Guardian, and it also has spell storing capability. So you can store one spell of 4th level or lower, and you cast the spell onto the Guardian, and then when commanded to do so by the wearer, or when it's triggered by a predefined situation, the Guardian will cast the spell.
Yeah, so Krenraid is my Shield Guardian.
Just cast haste.
Say the magic word.
Exactly right.
While it's in Balazur's hand, you say the magic word.
I'm not gonna lie, this Shield Guardian might actually be a better defender for you than me. He's
this
got
thing
a
is
lot
amazing.
of health.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
It's all sorts of
and
things because it's a golem. Has a lot of health and it can store spells.
yeah. Now the amulet itself, I think you just have to wear it. I don't think you have to.
Yeah, it says as
attune
long
to
as the Guardian and its amulet. Oh, wait, hold on. The amulet's wear telepath.
Yeah, you just gotta wear it. That is the only requirement.
Yeah, so it doesn't take an attunement slot. So now another thing I want to do is I want to double check and before we load up one person with a whole lot of magic items, let's make sure we're kind of distributing the wealth evenly. So we have. Does everybody have at least one magic item?
I have one.
I got one.
Okay. Who are the people that have 2 or more magic items at the moment?
Krenraid has the Ring of Spell Storing and now the Belt of Fire Giant Strength. So I'm quite alright.
Okay.
I would
you
say
also
most
have
anyway.
you also have the +1 hammer.
Yes, that's also true.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Krenraid stack.
Mulek has 4.
Okay.
But
3
one of them I
attuned
can't
and
drive
yeah,
or
3.
Mhm.
Oh, wait. Do you have 4 items that require attunement?
Yeah, so one I'm not.
Okay,
wearing.
so which is the one that you're not using? Because that might be something that can be distributed to the rest of the party as well.
Well, it's a hat of wizardry, so unfortunately, it's.
Oh, okay.
It was what I brought.
Right. Okay.
Thank
So-
God I took 1 level of wizard last episode. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you want it?
No, I'm kidding.
Mulek's AC is pretty high, but being able to store things inside of it, and just being nearby is already incredibly useful. And the ability to automatically restore a spell into it and do it again is already pretty good. So it should go to a spellcaster, I think.
Yeah,
I
had. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'll leave that up to you guys. Comrade has no interest.
I had 7 magical items. I gave one to Kinraid.
You had 7?
Over the previous episodes, where I remember before I joined, you guys were stocking up, and Fals had a lot. I remember watching some episodes and tuning in.
Yeah,
I've got 3, but 1 requires attunement. But I got the Goggles of Night and the Eyes of the Eagle and the Ring of Night.
Oh yeah, I wasn't counting those. I've got a shield +1, breastplate +1.
A bag holding counts as 1, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I have 2 then. I have that and my Cloak of Displacement. So.
What's your AC, Belle?
But with disadvantage, though, it's 16.
With disadvantage?
Yeah, everyone has
AC?
advantage to attack me because Cloak of Displacement.
Oh, okay, right, gotcha. Yes.
Yeah.
So AC 16. Des, what's your AC?
My AC?
Yeah.
13.
So the golem can give +2 if it's within 5 feet of its master, essentially. So that can act as an additional AC bonus. Falasha, what's your AC?
21.
What?
Okay.
I could get it all the way up to 25 with the golem, I think. But that's
I could give my shield +1 and a Pearl of Power to someone if they want to trade.
Mm-hmm.
For the shield guardian. That'll actually free up my other hand. I won't carry a shield.
This is the best thing about the guardian. You've hit the nail on the head. It doesn't require you to use shield, so you're getting the shield's benefit, but it's next to you and it also stores and is another target, a very high HP regenerating target. Hit the nail on the head.
Yes.
Plus, you have a level of artificer, so it kind of fits thematically.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, thematically, it probably would fit me at the best. But I'm not sure how you guys want to deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, could someone use a Pearl of Power and a shield +1?
Oh, you can give it to Bill.
Remind people what the Pearl of Power does in case they don't know.
The Pearl of Power allows you to, once you've used a spell slot, you can restore a spell up to 3rd. So if you second or place those as first, second, or anything above 3rd, come back to 3rd.
James, you're breaking up. It's like the attenuation on your mic is like going in and out.
I posted it for
Can you hear it?
See.
Yeah.
Des, what weapon are you using? I know you're more of a transforming into something else. But
I have a quarterstaff.
Yeah.
And a sling.
So quarterstaff is one-handed and two-handed. It's both, right? It's versatile, I think.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm just working out if the shield would be best for you because you have the lowest AC. You could use that when you're in your normal form to maybe give yourself some protection against
now, in older editions, I don't remember if it's a thing in this edition, but I think in older editions, druids were prohibited from using shields.
Yeah, they have to be wood.
Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to be.
No.
They have to be wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got leather armor, and that's pretty much.
But the shield would be good for Bill.
Yeah, but I don't have a Warcaster or whatever it is yet, so I have to have both hands open for casting spells and stuff, don't I?
If you're holding a weapon, if you're holding a weapon, you need a material component and somatic.
Can free action drop stuff? Always remember this. So you can, in combat, if you really need to, and you need to cast a spell, and that's what you need to do, you can free action stow a weapon, and it gives you a free hand, and then you cast the spell. Next turn, free action, redraw your weapon, and you're armed again.
Yeah, because
She does have
interacting
thoughts.
interacting with an object, which would be like putting a weapon away or drawing a weapon,
I-
is a free action.
I
So,
thought you
yeah.
took Warcaster already.
Well, I changed around Bell, remembered, because it
Oh.
was beforehand, so I changed it around a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm planning on taking it next time I get a feat.
It's sounding like it might. What's I'm pretty sure. I feel Michael's AC is 16, correct? I think.
Yeah, but I'm so dexterous. I can evasion, uncanny dodge. I mean, I'm fine.
You can hide and do everything else.
Oh
you
hell
can.
yeah! I can hide.
Technically,
Plus 11 stealth.
Technically, you're only using a one-hander, so you could use a shield, right?
I could.
I mean, no, I'm talking about.
Oh.
They both could. Yeah.
I'm good. I usually use my crossbow. It's a light crossbow. That is a one-hander. But if I switch up or something, pull out my sword or something, it's just I don't think a shield's kind of clunky for Thaldor. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Story-wise, he would look at it and be like, "Look, guys, I'm good. I don't need a shield."
It sounds
I'm
like
too
it's
quick
probably
for you to
going
catch
to
me.
be.
Can we?
Sounds like it's going to be Bell.
Can we tie it to the goat?
The answer to that question is this is D&D, and you can do that if you want. The answer you're looking for is I don't think strapping the +1 shield to the goat will give
But it would
any
look
better armor class.
Really cool.
Yes, it might freak the goat out, and it
What you
might
can do is you strap
spin
it to
an
the
or-
side. All you can do is see the goat spinning in circles trying to inspect what the hell
Yeah.
you put on him.
There you go. Yeah.
I was half tempted just to do that because that sounds fun. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think this is up to you, this one. Because I feel like the AC is pretty low on Bell and on Faldor, but as Faldor's already said, he can pretty much sort that. And it's not made out of wood. The shield is a metal one, I believe. So
Because
Yeah,
my
so
thing
I
is,
thi-
whenever I think of Bella, I don't think of her with a shield, even though, yes,
Yeah.
I could have a shield.
Yeah.
It's almost like Allura. Allura has a shield, just it was never brought to attention. So I don't bring it up to attention.
I think the Pearl of the Pearl of Power probably fits best with Bell unless anybody else wants that. And then the shield, that is something that.
Well, I have a stone speaker crystal too. Someone that's a
Yeah, now you use that a lot.
It's best used in
do,
your
yeah.
hands. I feel you put it to great use. We could maybe myself and Mulek could reforge the shield into something else. That is always an option in D&D. Reforging magical items. It does take a lot of time and a lot of gold, though.
It does take a lot of time.
I don't think gold's the problem here. I can fund that adventure.
Well,
So-
and the other thing is, if you need time like that, and you're not going to be using the shield right away, you have some people that definitely have the magical ability to help with anything like that. And there's villages around that have blacksmiths, so you could, if nobody's going to use the shield now, you could sort of just leave it here, and then.
Well, I can keep using it because I'm holding
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I was just willing to give it to someone else to use.
Okay.
It.
All right.
If I was going to get this Guardian, I wouldn't necessarily need it, but I'll still carry it.
Does anybody particularly want the Guardian? Personally, I think it fits Mulek's character the best in terms of character. But does anyone particularly want it?
Like I said,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it at the end of the day, but I don't necessarily need it or want it.
I mean,
Would it-
I feel like it would be thematic for Falazur, but I don't know. Because he worships Helm. I don't know, the whole
I see.
protector / guardian. But that's loose. I don't know.
No, the Protectors of Helms did employ Guardians. There's definitely a connection there if you want to go down that route. Like out of character as a player, it'd probably suit Belle the best because she's the one that needs it, or Des because those two are the ones that need it the most. But out, in character, I mean, Mulek's the artificier. He's the one that understands how that stuff works. He might be able to fix it or tinker with it. It's just...
Well, Heather has indicated that Des is not interested in it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm not interested in it.
Okay, so that leaves the potential of Belle and Mulek and Faliger. And if you guys can't come to a decision in the next few seconds, I'll just have the three of you roll percentile dice, and whoever rolls highest gets it.
I pass. I'll leave it up to James and Ivy's
what's
characters.
Going on with the pearl?
Oh,
Well,
yeah. Well, you should get the pearl, I think. Are you that or?
Yeah, I think we've established that as the pearl for Belle.
That's good for a third slot.
Especially
The magic word is fiddlesticks. So when you want to recover a spell slot, you have to say fiddlesticks, and it takes one action.
I'm looking forward to hearing Belle say fiddlesticks. Oh, fiddlesticks.
Okay. So
Roll off.
Yeah. I guess we roll off and then we're gonna go to our break.
Oh, I'm giving her my pearl power and we're rolling for it?
No, rolling for the shield guardian.
Oh, shield guardian.
Oh, I thought I was giving it my pearl of power and
you were just
whatever
being
else
incredibly
for that.
generous.
Oh.
I think Ivy was saying that she wouldn't mind having the pearl. I don't think she actually wanted the golem, unless I'm confused.
Well, no, I thought he was getting the golem, I was getting the shield, and with him getting the golem, he's giving a shield away as well.
Oh, it's solved.
Yeah.
There you go.
Go to break.
There we go.
Yeah,
There
I'll
we
give
go. Go
you-
to break. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll give
so
you my shield.
okay, so Belle is getting the shield.
And the pearl of power.
For
and the
golem.
pearl of power, and Mulek is getting the shield guardian. Is that what
Okay,
I'm
Bill, that's a
understanding?
shield. Yep.
Okay, all right.
Bill, that's a shield
Then.
+1. So just add a shield +1 and pearl of power.
Yep. And all of that should be in the SRD in Roll20. So, all right. Well, the 4 wizards come back in looking very pleased with themselves. And they ask you all if you are ready. And before you answer that, we are going to go ahead and take our break. So, chat, I'm going to put the music on. I'm going to put the slate up. And we will have about 10 minutes. We will be back. And otherwise, everybody go ahead and take a little bio or drink break. I'm going to put myself on mute, and if you guys in chat have any questions for DM or the players, drop it in the chat during the break and we'll try to answer it before we resume.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Nice seeing you again, mate.
Of course. James, good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look even sexier than I imagined.
Oh, thanks.
You had the smooth voice. I didn't realize you also had the smooth face.
Oh,
Smooth voice. You've got the smooth voice. You've got that just deep, rich, like radio voice. You've got that
And your
really
diction
good
is
voice.
wonderful. And we should stop complimenting each other because we'll be here all night. Be right back.
So,
Yeah,
what
me too.
alternate
Go ahead.
rule?
Did you?
What were we talking about earlier?
Oh.
about cantrips.
In Tasha's guide, they introduced an optional rule to almost all the spellcasters. I don't know if it affects clerics. I have to look that one up. I'm not 100% on that one, but I know druids, warlocks, and wizards and sorcerers now have an optional rule available where they can replace one of their cantrips at every level of their class.
But we don't know about bards or clerics.
I think bards might. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing.
I thought it was only wizards.
They added it in for a few more. Warlocks
Also, are
got
you-
it.
Oh, did they?
Are you guys absolutely sure he's giving us max hit points per level up?
I take the automatic.
You level up.
Oh shit! I've been taking the average.
No. You get the average. Oh, maybe I misunderstood. You get the average, but your hit points get. If you had missing hit points, you get them all back. I thought is what she was asking. So,
I thought you.
Yeah, that's wrong then.
I thought he was.
Mine, like when
I
we
was about
level
to get
up.
super excited.
When we level up, I let D&D Beyond just automatically do the.
Yeah, you'll get the average.
The average.
You can do the roll or the average, and I always pick average.
Average?
Yeah, because I'm at 59 hit points.
I like rolling, which is stupid, but I do it anyway.
I thought he said we had to take average, but I could be mistaken. But my memory's pretty good. So.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
I don't remember. I've been rolling.
I just hated getting burned.
All right, well, go take your breaks. I didn't want to.
Well, we'll
No,
make
you're
it-
fine. We're just
we'll
sitting
need to
here
make
looking
sure
at each
she-
other and chilling.
We'll just need to make sure that that's corrected. That she's not like maxing her hit point. It's not a max out her hit point. I thought she was just talking about
No, I
like,
just got
recovering
extra
missing
lucky.
hit points.
I was like, well, I already have 75 hit points, but if we want to add more, let's go for it.
I've got 60.
I got
Wow,
60
It's
too.
pretty.
All right, I'll
I'm
do that.
1 point less than
pretty-
James. Wow,
That's
damn.
pretty good for a wizard. Yeah.
Well, because the artificer, the first level of artificer,
Mm.
a little bit of a bump, but not much. All right, I'll be back.
I hope I made the right choice by making a bard. I think I did. Because now I'm
You
like,
did.
well, I was like, why didn't I just fucking make a cleric?
No,
But-
you did. It's fine, dude. It fits Fallager. It's all good.
Yeah. Good. When we come back, maybe we'll get something done.
I was
I'm
about to
sorry.
say, no, it ain't your fault. No, it's not your fault. It's like, I'd love to continue the story. Like, where the hell are we going? That's why I asked earlier, where are we going? Because I'm like, I'm all cool about bookkeeping, but we could have done all this bookkeeping off the game, like off the stream, off the game, you know. And that's no offense to Gally. I love Gally.
Yeah. I didn't
But,
want to go
yeah.
down the whole like hour-long loot discussion. It's bad enough when we go on shopping sprees.
Hey, I like shopping. Saldor has gold. I like to spend it.
Belle likes items, very shiny items.
Out of character though, Belt. I was gonna let you know out of character. Or should I say Ivy out of character. So James knows, Fallager knows, or Ken knows, Fallager knows. But their characters all know that the ring that Thaldor's wearing is the ring of mind shielding. So if something were to happen to me and you cannot revivify me, like you can't bring me back, if you take my body and take the ring that's on my finger, if one of you wears it, I can talk to you. Telepathic, like my soul will go into the ring, so I can talk to whoever wears the ring. Yeah, I told Fallager that.
Yeah.
Mulek knows, but I can talk to whoever wears the ring. So if you take my body, say you take it somewhere to get me resurrected, then I can come back into my body because you have my soul with you.
Right. Well, that'd be great. Except if Gally puts this bullshit death curse on us.
That's
Then what
cursed.
what the fuck did I get all these diamonds for? I'm gonna be pissed.
Whoa. Come back. Say what? What did I miss last week?
Give 1 second because I need to use
We'll
bathroom now.
be okay. We'll be
See,
okay.
I'm kidding. No, you remember like in Tomb of Horrors, there was the death curse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't actually revive people.
That's right, yeah. If he
But
takes
I
on
don't-
the Tomb of Horrors. He's saying
I hope-
Cloud Giant something. That's not
Yeah.
Tomb of Horrors.
Yeah,
But that's
hopefully there's no death curse.
OOC
That's-
as well, just so you're aware, you don't need material components to revive me because I'm a warrior of the gods. You just cast a spell and it doesn't need anything.
What? Is that like built into your class?
It's the Barbarian Zealot feature, Warrior of the Gods.
That's dope. I like it.
I can never die,
dude. If we're going to the Giants, maybe I'll get a belt. All right, dibs on Storm Giant build if it drops.
We'll have to arm wrestle for it.
or we'll just keep the tradition of giving Falliser all the damn hand-me-downs.
Damn.
I am curious to see. I'm curious to see what happens.
Cool background,
when
by the
we
way.
give.
Thank you.
Let's see, where is it? When we. Let's see.
Ken, you're the holdout.
Because we have. I want to find out what happens if we give the potion of hill giant strength to Kren while he's wearing that belt of fire.
I can tell you won't like the
I think it doesn't do anything.
I have it. I have
Does it
the potion.
just negate it?
No. The hill giant strength gives you up to a certain, and if your strength is already greater, it doesn't do anything for you.
Oh, it doesn't do anything.
Also, my strength is always going to be 25 while I wear the belt. Any effects that increase or negate it doesn't happen. The belt is making it 25 in this.
I got the potion. I'm saving it for a special occasion.
I would.
Oh, do you have it? Okay, I had it in the
special
loot.
occasion.
I would.
All right, I'll take it out of the loot. I had it in the party loot.
Appreciate that. Keep track of it. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going over here. I'm turning the music down.
Oh, I was showing you earlier my D&D gold. Like, I 3D printed a bunch of D&D coins from 5th edition, and I painted them. So those were gold coins that I had. So I was showing off when you were doing this, James, earlier. I was like, gold. And I was sitting there
Some money.
Money.
Let me shake the mess you real quick.
We haven't been taking max hit points at level up, right? It's just been the average, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Gaddy, I've been rolling. Is that a problem, or should I go back and take the average?
I would prefer if you went back and took the average.
Fine with me.
Probably works in your favor anyway, Paul.
And remember that when you take the average, you do add your con bonus onto that average. So what you use D12 hit dice, right?
Yeah, I'm actually going to gain like 8 extra hit point from this, so it's pretty good.
So it's 7 plus your con bonus at every level other than first. Because the way they do the average in 5e is whatever hit die you use, take half of that, add 1, and then that's the average.
Yep. But anyway, back I was saying, if we get another belt of strength, you can give me your fire one, and we'll just keep doing the hand-me-downs.
I mean, it honestly depends, really. I mean, if you're using strength to attack, but yeah, there's a whole thing about it. We'll discuss it later. Kremraid himself as a character doesn't really care.
No. I'm saying if we find another one, it's like, I don't want to take anything you've got. It makes perfect sense on your character.
Well, I'm going to grapple the hell out of people. 25 strength is plus 7.
Dope. That's
The
super
ability score. That's nuts. It will be used in everything I do.
Eventually, like, since we're on break still, I have this idea of, like, fellas, you're, like, ending up like some kind of, like holy avenger of some sort.
Of Helm, or are you going to kind of
Of
like
Helm,
branch out?
probably of Helm.
I mean, you can always have one of my favorite things about religious-based characters is having religious-based conflict, like having the ability to kind of have your own moral standing, but at the same time thinking about what Helm would want and what Helm would do this and Helm would want that, right? And what your character would do in that situation. I love those moments.
I wanted a character that was like really loosely bound morally, so I chose Helm because Helm's just protect people that you care about. You know what I mean? Like, it can be a bunch of different things, but it's usually just protecting, people. And in this case, it's people I care about.
Yeah. I gained 4 hit points, so I'm taking this as a win.
Ooh.
All right. Okay. Let us ahead and put the
Hey, Paul, I started a trend
put
tonight,
the map
didn't I?
back up.
You did, and I appreciate it. It's nice seeing everyone's
Yes,
faces.
you did. Yes. All right. So, which means that at some point we may have to have a conversation about our stream. But
Hey.
we will.
Hey, Gally, you're getting every time you talk or your mic goes live, I'm getting a bit of noise.
A little bit of static.
Is that your fan?
It's probably the fan.
Okay,
Hey, is that better?
little.
Wow, I never noticed you had like a pilot's headset on. That is,
Oh, he
that
means
is,
the
Oh,
mic.
Gally, boom,
that is
yeah.
that is a buffer right there.
That's how he keeps his voice so sultry, nice and docile,
Well, he's got a lovely green screen. He could put the helicopter cockpit in the background and it'd be all sorted.
Yeah, there you go.
The D&D
The flames
5e
of
weather
hell
report.
behind him. Yes, yes. We're flying over Faerun today. What is that down there?
It's everywhere. What the hell is that?
Caravan traffic is horrible on the long road north of Waterdeep. All right.
Did you guys know I'm a pilot?
Oh.
No, wow.
Oh,
You look like one, so I wasn't that surprised. Will you employ me?
Yeah, that is amazing.
Mhm.
I'll be a
kind of
personal
have
flight
to look.
attendant. I'm already kind of trained.
This is amazing. What are the odds?
I just fly the small. I fly the small
the Cessna
I don't
and things
fly
like
the
that,
big
or all
stuff.
helicopters? Would you like to fly?
Yeah, no,
Nice.
Cessna. Small.
Very nice.
All right. So, at the end of this time, they are going to go ahead and find out if you guys are ready. And if Des needs to go collect the goat.
I gotta go collect Sangzor. So
Okay,
I'd like to go
so
with us, okay. I want to
Bella's
see him
very
again. I miss
interested
him.
in seeing what Sangzor is, so she'll probably tag along too.
Yeah, let's go.
So as they
Yeah.
do that real quick, I talked to Mulek just one-on-one. I was like, Mulek,
Okay.
you know just real quick, it's a short little combo. Mulek, you know the plan if anything is to happen to me, correct? I show him my ring.
Maybe.
I said, you remember my ring, right? And I pull Fallager over if he didn't go with them. Fallager. It's like, remember
Yes.
the plan. If anything is to happen to me,
Yes.
you don't have to. No, I think they have to. No, you don't have to attune to it to hear me talk to you. Just put it on and take my body with you somehow. But we'll work it out. But that's the plan.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
We
Well, I
won't let
shouldn't-
you go.
Yeah, I shouldn't have a problem reviving you.
We don't know where we're going, Fallager. Right now, I have no idea. I don't think we all have an inkling of where we're going. This is just Thaldor, out of character. Thaldor always has contingency plans, so that's his like end game contingency plan. If I am just SOL and you can't revivify or you can't do anything, just that's contingency plan Delta, Alpha, whatever. Just the last plan he has. It's my get out of death free card. So just remember, my soul is in the ring. Take it, put it on. I can communicate. Just put it on.
How was your response? He's like, I don't know about you, but I chose to specialize in that kind of thing, so I can bring you back. I can bring anybody back.
I love your faith, Fallager.
All right, so as you guys, those of you who are going outside to collect Sangzor, as you make your way down to the, or actually, yeah, as you make your way out to the outside, you will meet in this hallway. You will meet the shield guardian that is plotting its way over towards where you are. And Mulek, you're wearing the amulet. Is that correct? Or
Yes.
okay. So as you get closer to the shield guardian, it pauses and then adjusts its trajectory to follow you. So it will just start following you around until you tell it not to. Until you tell it not to follow you anymore.
If we're going into the Tomb of Horrors, I'm very glad we found this. I'm so glad.
Okay. I got. Never mind. I found my answer.
Okay, so what I am going to do for the shield guardian is I am going to edit this. I'm going to duplicate the shield guardian. And then I am going to edit the duplicate, and I'm going to call it Mulek's Shield Guardian. And I'm going to put it in put it in your journal, give you control of it, and update this token here. Alright, come on.
When are we going to see some Shield Guardian tinkering?
When am I going to do some tinkering?
What do you want to do with it? Maybe attach some guns, some crossbows or something?
Well, I don't have those skills. That's the problem.
Yeah, he went one level in.
Just one level.
Artificer.
Fair enough.
Okay, so then I'm going to remove that. Yes, and I'm going to use the selected and save. Okay, so now Mulek, you should see, or you should be able to control that that token there that is next to you.
Nope.
You can't.
Oh, well, here. Well, I still can't.
There's a little one next to it as well in the other room. So maybe you can use that one.
I just
you know what? I bet you that's the thing. So let me.
I can't control that one either.
Oh, you can't control that one either?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so let's pull this out here. Well, first of all, that's not doing what it's supposed to. So I'm going to do this. Okay, come on.
By the way,
Come
guys,
on.
I can now shape change into things with wings.
Ooh.
That is
All
a big
right.
step for a druid. I'm happy for you.
Oh yeah.
I took polymorph.
Nice.
Good. Yes. That's going to be fun.
You're no longer a caterpillar. Be a pretty butterfly and fly away.
Don't even get me started on butterflies. Don't even. No, James. No.
That was from the game yesterday. There was other things happened with butterflies. It was nuts.
Oh, really?
It was a weird session.
It was very strange, but a lot of fun.
Agreed.
Well, now that's weird. Because in the monster thing, it says the token size is supposed to be 2, but it's not defaulting to 2 when I bring it out. So I don't know what's wrong with that. Alright, so let's okay. Alright, so I'm going to check the properties of the token and see if the token is... Oh, I know. I know why. Because I I adjusted the token, everything except everything except what character it represents. All right, now Mulek, see if you can. There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
I got it now.
Okay.
So if I bring him in,
Yeah. Well,
so he still comes in really
let's
small.
not worry about that right now.
Okay.
We'll deal with that later. So all right. Just use the one that's on the board for now. Who all was going out to get the goat?
Me.
Aye, Captain.
Mwah.
Okay. So then you can bring your tokens down here to the front of the temple, and they have cleared this entryway. They have made sure that they will tell you that there are wards, but they said anybody who is inside the temple when they cast the wards is free to come in and out. So, one of them will just say Mordenkainen goes with you guys, and I think his mage armor would have been long worn off by now. Mordenkainen will come with you, and he'll speak the command word to
Can't pick
disable.
up Sangzor anymore.
Yeah, to disable. Oh, you can't.
No, I used to be able to, but now I can't.
Okay, so I wonder if I did the same thing here. Oh, I know. Yes, I know. We're going to do this. Come on. Damn stupid thing. Okay. Yeah. None. Generic. And then come on.
I will turn to Dad
Hey,
and say, this big huge thing, can we ride it? Does he like people? Does he like cats? I'm scared. Because I know a lot of animals don't like cats, especially me. For some odd reason, I'm very charming, aren't I? She'll kind of look over to me like if he's coming there, because I see him up front as well. So it's like, aren't I? Yeah, aren't I?
Okay. Heather,
Raise
try
my
again.
Sorry, my computer was lagging like crazy. Okay, I can.
Yep. All right. So there we go. All right. So you guys have that, and then they will all ask you to follow them over to the east. And let's see, we'll have Tensor, these guys will have Van Richten, we'll have Esmeralda, Adaluk, and yes, so they're all over here. And Mordenkainen will take you down this hall and into this room. And when you get into this room, those of you who have had formal education, whether it be in a setting like an Academy of Magic or a church, monastery, something like that, you walk in and you get flashbacks to your classrooms, because this looks like a big lecture hall. And there obviously was some furniture down at the front of the lecture hall, but that has been pushed to the side, and some of it has been disassembled. And right in the middle of this area, there is a large circle inscribed on the ground, but it's also inscribed within a larger kind of triangular space. And this larger triangular space looks like it's made of shimmering walls of force. And they will tell you that they have created it's basically an extra-dimensional space with clear walls inside this demi-plane. And creatures can step through those walls. And for those of you that are familiar with magic, what the circle they have inscribed is quite clearly a circle of teleportation. And Tensor indicates that he has been spending most of his time scrying, and has scryed out a location that you all will be able to go to. And that location is a wizard's castle. And or not a wizard's castle, a cloud giant's castle. And Tensor will then ask you all, by the by, do you all know anything about cloud giant castles?
Yeah, help make one.
I'm sorry, Crenraid?
No, I helped make one. It was just outside of Hillcrest on a slope called the Everpeaks.
Oh, you helped to build one.
Yeah,
All
they
right.
enlisted our help. They paid a lot of money. The local magistrate told us to go over there, and we did the work. They seemed like very decent people. They had good food.
Okay, well, describe for your companions, what is unusual about these cloud giant castles, just so they know what they're getting into.
Well, I don't know if that's the case for all castles, the storm giant kind, but when we made it, we did the basic brickwork and everything else like that. They had their own people come in, and then I think probably a half a year later, a bit later on, the damn thing started hovering above the rock cliff or something, like it was levitating. And that was weird. Let me tell you, I thought I would drink a bit too much mead, but no, it turns out these storm giants just like living in the clouds.
That is exactly correct. The cloud giants, their castles are quite literally built on clouds. They are made of stone, which means they are extremely heavy, but the clouds themselves are magicked in such a way that they form a semi-solid surface. Now, what I mean by semi-solid is I mean that you can walk on them just like you can walk on rock or grass, but if you take a mind to start digging, you can dig into the cloud in the same way that you could dig into soft sand. But the danger of digging into the cloud is that eventually you will get to the bottom of the cloud. And if you get to the bottom of the cloud, there is nothing between you and an extremely long fall to the ground below. So, I advise, don't go digging into the cloud. Also, keep in mind, because these castles do levitate very high in the air, do not let yourself get thrown off. Because If you get thrown off the castle and you miss the cloud, you will fall all the way to the ground below. Unless, of course, you have the benefit of something like a feather fall. Now, are there any questions about that?
Nah, I've got no problem with cloud giants. They've been alright. They're not like their cousins.
Well, now, our intelligence says that this particular castle, from the observations that I have made, this particular castle appears to be inhabited by a cloud giant that is not necessarily very, very nice. She looks like a noble of some kind, and from the observations I have made on the castle, it appears that she has imprisoned a bronze dragon and is attempting to wring some kind of information out of it using torture. So just want you to be aware that we are sending you to a castle ruled by a giant capable of imprisoning and torturing a bronze dragon.
Yeah, that is quite impressive. I'll never forget the day that Black Dragon destroyed my home. There was nothing any of us could do. If she's able to capture one and put it away, alright, this might be trouble.
Well, the good news is that, of course, bronze dragons, being part of the metallic dragon family, they are good aligned. And they will be predisposed to aid anyone that helps them get away from this cloud giant. So, if you should somehow be able to get into where this bronze dragon is being interrogated, you will doubtless find a willing ally there. Now, this giant who's in charge, she is not the only giant there. It appears that there are several other adult giants. Most of them are male. One of them appears to be her consort. Another one appears to be her brother. And this cloud giant matriarch also has 2 young giant children. That may also be something that is useful knowledge to you. We are going to try to put you in a place when we teleport you where you will not be immediately discovered. But if you manage to do some scouting around the castle, you may be able to determine whether or not the children could be potential allies, or whether the children might be potential leverage.
I don't think we should use children. I don't think we're that way inclined, are we?
No, I would rather not.
I'm doing that.
I'll kind of blink and say, I'm scared of heights.
Oh.
And she was still in
Stay
shock from the
close.
first part.
Okay, I've got a great tip for you. Great tip, alright? Don't look down.
Wait, a tabaxi is scared of hats? He kind of
But
looks
why?
at Bill.
Don't cats always look at their feet?
Don't you remember getting me out of trees like 6 times already, Falager?
Ugh. Well, I guess I deliberately forgot that.
Yeah, good. We don't talk about that.
Well, I'm sure you'll land on your feet.
Oh.
Oh.
Do not joke about that. That is not funny.
Okay, and Tensor will tell Belle, says, Mistress, there's no need to worry about fear of heights. As long as you are within the castle, the floors underneath you are just as solid as any floors, and you will be inside a building, just like any other. Cloud giant magic is extremely powerful. I'm not even sure that any one of us would be able to do anything to disrupt the levitation of the castle. So just remember that you are inside a building, and think of it as a building that is constructed on a very tall, very narrow plateau. And
That
you don't
doesn't
want
help.
to get too close to the edge of the plateau.
I wonder if these cloud giants will know the stone giant we met inside of Gracklestone. Do you remember the shamanistic finger waggling one? The one with the lovely dog?
Oh, yes, you mentioned that. The stone speaker, you
Yeah.
called him, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so. For one thing, that stone speaker lives in the Underdark. Cloud giants prefer to be high in the air. They, as their name implies, they prefer not to be on the ground, much less under the ground. So it's highly doubtful that they would know this.
Might be
This,
pen pals.
When
Perhaps, he says dubiously.
when he mentioned about the dragon being held captive, I think
Hmm.
Yeah, the bronze
What-
dragon.
would it be safe to say that, like, because Falazur is kind of a lore bard, he's kind of a historian and a cleric, he's had a lot of history class, if you will, and religious stuff. Would he know about how much giants and dragons hate each other?
Oh, definitely. Just from being a bard, every bard would know that because of all the myriad song cycles and story cycles about the wars over time between giants and dragons. That's just that's kind of, and anybody that spends much time in a tavern would have heard about that. So, you guys would know that there is enmity between giants and dragons.
Cromwell's just remembered that fire giants and his clan didn't get along very well, and he thinks for a second, and then remembers what the belt's called and starts punching it.
And then okay, go ahead.
Oh, Falazur speaks up. He said, are we going straight to where you're sending us, or do we have time to stop somewhere like, Water Deep or something like that, big inhabited city?
Well, says Mordenkainen, our idea was that if you can free the dragon and get it on your side, between yourselves and the dragon, you can probably overpower the giants, and then you've got a castle that you can essentially take wherever you want. Now, if I know anything about dragons, if the dragon has been tortured there, it's probably going to want to keep the castle ultimately. But you can probably get it to give you a lift, but you're not going to need that. That's what the conch of teleportation is for. You're going to use the conch to travel to Maelstrom, which is the citadel of King Hecaton. And from that point, you are going to find out where King Hecaton has been taken. So, you're going to the castle, you're getting the conch of teleportation, If you need to interact with the giants, you can. If you don't need to, that's all the better. You can sneak in, sneak out, and nobody will know you were there until they realize that the conch is missing, and then nobody will be the wiser.
Not the best.
You
at
make it
sneaking into
sound so
places.
easy, like your spiel to get me to come here. Oh yes, yes. It's so easy. You'll have great time.
Well, you survived, didn't you? You learned a lot about Barovia, didn't you? You met all these wonderful adventurers, didn't you? And in addition to meeting one of the most famous adventurers, or one of the most famous magicians in all of history, myself, you have also met the equally immortalized Adeluk and Tensor. What more do you want, Des? Quit complaining.
And found you're the world famous bard.
Yes, I'm
Oh, that
impressed
guy.
about more impressed about meeting Faerun than your friends.
Well, thank you. That means a lot. Thank you very much.
Let's just say that you still owe me. You still owe me.
And
deceit.
Morton Kanan gets a little gleam in his eye, and he reaches into one of the inner pockets of his robe, and he pulls out something that looks like an old-fashioned key, and he reaches out towards Des, and he offers the key to Des.
Kind of looks at it hesitantly. What's this?
It's something that we made in the Circle of 8 so that we could play pranks on each other. Only I think you're actually going to need it this time. Tell him, Tensor. And Tensor says, yes, in my scrying on this giant, we have discovered where she keeps the helm of teleportation, or the conch of teleportation. She keeps this conch inside a magical container known as Liamon's secret chest. Now, normally, Liamon's secret chest is keyed to the caster only. And the caster is the only person who is able to summon and open the chest. However, this is Rary's skeleton key. Now, Rary, unfortunately, the wizard who betrayed the Circle of 8, but before he betrayed us, he was a great practical joker. And as soon as Liamon developed his secret chest, studied until he had developed a skeleton key that can be used to open any one Liamon's secret chest. They are very expensive to make, and they can only be used one time, after which they disintegrate. But if you can find the small object, which is usually something like a miniature chest itself, that the giant uses as a focus for her Liamon's secret chest, then you should be able to open that small container, put Rary's key inside it, and then when you close that container, it will summon Liamon's secret chest, even if you are not the one that the chest is keyed to. Of course, that consumes the key.
He kind of looks at it and then looks up at Little Wizard and basically nods and goes, I will be careful. And it is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
That's a royal gift right there.
Let's blow this popsicle stand, shall we?
What did he just say?
All right.
I want to get going.
Not much for goodbyes, are you?
I will see him again. Not going anywhere.
Well, technically, we're going somewhere, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. We'll just come back.
Huh. Do you really want to come back?
Yeah, there's some nice people here. We've got good food.
Yay.
Well, everybody step
All
onto
right.
the circle.
Yes, so they will ask you to step on to the circle. And let's see, everybody, we are all in Discord. Yes, okay, good. Everybody is in Discord. So, as you step onto the circle, they ask if you have any final questions.
The meaning of life.
I think I heard the answer to that's 42 somewhere.
Mm.
Ah! Says Mordenkainen.
Well, you asked if we had any questions. I had a question.
Well, I think maybe there might be a 42 involved. Seems like after I had traveled to 40 or so different planes of existence, I started to figure some things out. So maybe that's what it means. 42.
Yeah, what I ate 42 pog pie pies, that was pretty good. I felt like I discovered something, so 42 seems like a pretty good number.
I kind of just stare at him for like a moment, like, how can you eat that much? But then she'll kind of shake it off and say, okay, so we were going to get this crunk, we're going to go to the king or whatever, and then we come back here and then Strahd's going to be gone, or is this going to take care of Strahd? Like this whole biome, whatever it's called.
And Van Richten looks at Belle and says, just leave Strahd to us. We need to continue doing some work here on the Amber Temple. When we have this place secured so that curious are not able to gain any entrance, we will deal with Strahd. My companions from the Circle of Eight, Exathanter, and my apprentice, Esmeralda, we have plenty of firepower to make sure that Strahd will not trouble anyone ever again.
Well, you know how to find us if you need us.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Expect the occasional sending from one of us. Or maybe all of us.
All right. Well, I believe it is
And
our time
don't
to go.
hesitate to use sendings of your own if you have questions for us.
I see. And he kind of looks around at the rest of everybody and is like, are we ready now?
Yeah, let's get
Let's
going.
roll.
All right, so players, please check your Discord. You now have a link to a new game in Roll20. And when you accept that, you will be able to go into that game. And once you are into that game, I have already transported your characters over to that game. But I will need to assign those characters to you as players once you get into that game. Because you may or may not be able to see those characters there, but you won't be able to control them until they're assigned to you as players. All right. So, as the wizards begin casting, you notice that the transparent walls of force of this extra dimensional space that you are inside, they kind of go cloudy and they become misty, and they are they will sort of all cloud over, and then you will find yourself within another space. And where you find yourself is you find yourself inside of a chamber. This chamber okay. Okay. This chamber looks like it is a storage room of some kind. And I'm going to take the I'm going to move you to this map. Where am I? No, that's not where I am. I am on level 2. Right?
Ooh.
Okay. And I want to...
Cloudy with continued dark until light.
Yeah, cloudy with continued darkness. Okay.
I like how you're really going out of your way for the like sound effects. Sounds windy up here.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. All right. So I have to go to the stupid thing and turn off the dynamic lighting.
So I can only see Falliger and my party loot bag of holding
I see the same.
in my. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Work in progress.
Gotcha.
So then
Sorry,
let's
Mubs.
do-
Just wanted to make sure I wasn't the only
I
one.
might have skipped us ahead a bit fast there. I apologize.
All right, and then let's take a peek here. Do we still have... Okay, still can't see anything. Dadgummit. All right. See, kids, this is why I don't like the dynamic lighting and fog of war. as defaulted in
Good concept.
Roll20.
Poorly written code.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a proper D&D
Concept
stream
bad
without
ex-
some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And Commodore agrees.
Yeah, we're very close to.
According to Commodore,
finishing,
they're still seeing the.
Yeah,
Straight on purpose.
I wanted to go ahead and get this set up before I move them over.
Yeah.
But they're not looking at a blank screen.
Guy's
Yeah.
working on it, brother. Don't worry.
Currently, it's the Back in Black tour.
Yeah.
Is it dark in here? Is it just me? I can't see anything.
Can't see anything either, but I can hear you. Maybe we're still in the transportation thingy. Maybe it takes a while.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe.
Oh,
Okay.
something just opened.
Yep.
Something just popped up.
Okay. Yep. This is the area that you guys are in. So I am going to go ahead and take. I'm going to exit this one. I'm going to enter the other one, and I will bring it up for the. Oh yeah, I'll bring it up for those guys.
Theodore ends up landing in a barrel and he just hides there until the party wonders where he's at.
And then pop out and go, surprise!
Exactly. I'll even roll a stealth for that. Hold on. I will roll a stealth. Just a roll. Hold on.
He just wants to be the first to roll.
17.
First to roll in the new game, yeah. It's been inaugurated.
Yeah, there you go. Broke it in. Plus 11. It's hard. Yeah. Well, see, here's the problem. Dez's passive perception's 18. He'd see me a mile away. And as tall as Dez is.
He just kind of looked down and, oh, okay, and keep right on going.
Yeah.
You do you.
Yep, you do you. He's just kind of like,
Okay.
okay. All righty then.
Nothing.
Boink.
Okay. Right, so we'll go back there, and then we'll move back to this. Okay, so now chat can see what you guys can see, and that means I can go into the journal, and I can begin signing.
Why do we get teleported to
Players.
these weird places?
I don't know. We seem to be very popular. You know, as a group. I'm not surprised for Fallon being a world-class bard or that, you know what I'm saying, but the rest of us, yeah,
Wait,
we
what?
do get whim-whammed.
Wait, when we ended up in Gragglestug,
Yeah.
I was going to say,
What did
when
you
we ended
say?
up in, he said
Well, go ahead, man.
Okay, so
like I was saying,
Have-
like with Falager, it's like I don't know how we end up in these weird places because I don't even remember how we got to the liches off. No, I don't remember how we even got to Barovia. I just remember waking up and we were there, and Falager was standing over me. So I don't
Yeah,
even.
me too.
I don't even know what happened. We've always been
Holy
teleported
cow,
to
these-
weird places.
These barrels and crates are
They are for
ginormous.
giants.
yes, they are. Yes, they are. So
That's
Well,
why I
it
could
is
hide
giant, play.
Kren, you're so small.
Oh no, something went wrong with the teleportation.
I was going to say, yeah, Dez is really small too. He's like,
Yes,
Yeah.
you transformed into a mouse.
Yeah,
Oh,
something.
there you go.
Something. I think it's the scale of this map
Yeah.
that is making it a little
squeak,
bit
baby,
weird.
squeak.
Yeah.
All right, so let us let me go in here
Take the money
and
and run.
let me.
No, we kind of already
assign-
did that.
Oh,
Let me assign the characters to the players. So Mulek, James, we won't be you won't be able to summon any of your creatures just yet. That'll be next session.
That's fine.
And
Or
then,
is it? Bum, 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 pa-da-ba.
Okay. Head to that.
I've got Belle. I've got Belle here, and I walk over to Belle and I just pet Belle. You're gonna be my pet.
Aw.
Kitty.
She'll smile and she'll go up and hug me and says, I'm so happy to be back. That
Me
being
too.
said, I feel like you'll have a lot of fun making trouble with like the kobolds and like these swirly buggy thingies. Oh yeah, I made them fight. You'll be so proud of me.
Nice.
I made a whole clan war.
All right, so you find yourselves inside a large storage room, and in fact, all right. So in fact, this is area. This room is packed with oversized crates of bread, dried meat and fish, fruits and vegetables, as well as oversized barrels of water and wine.
Heyo.
So that is
Nice.
the space where you find yourselves. Okay. And within the next few minutes, all of you should eventually see your characters pop into your journal. And then hopefully after that, you will be able to start moving them around.
Hey,
No,
Cane Ray.
no, Kren, we're not swimming in the wine.
There's a big barrel of it.
Look at all this alcohol that you could just drink, Cane Ray.
I mean, what if we just accidentally just cracked one open and it just fell out everywhere? It'd be such a waste just to let it spill across the floor. We could
If you
scoop
want
it
to
up
taste,
a bit.
if you want to taste, we can knock a little hole in it and then cork it after we're done.
Maybe a bigger hole, you know.
Yeah, these some of these barrels might be of sufficient size for Krenraid to either take a bath in or to possibly swim in.
I'll have a little doggy paddle inside some wine. Yeah, why not? We got some downtime. Krenraid will go up, try and lift up one of the barrel lids. Luckily, he's got a belt, some giant strength.
Yeah, the barrels, a full barrel is over 500 pounds because of the amount of liquid that's inside it. But you are able to pick it up and move it around.
Let's take the lid off and have a little doggy paddle.
Okay.
Oh no!
Are you going to try it? Are you going to try to take the lid off quietly?
Nope.
I want some. As
Well,
though-
Okay.
Mr.
Does music
DM,
hear anything? Do we
Yeah.
hear?
I'm not
Yes.
being sly about this. Someone could intercede.
Apparently, I
Well, I
updated my
already came
characters
over
and you
too.
moved them.
What?
I updated my characters probably after you moved a copy of everybody over.
Yeah, you'll need to redo a few things probably.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
If that's the case, then
Oh yeah, because this was pre-upgrade, so it didn't take the most latest version from the last
okay.
game.
Well, actually, I did it this week, so it's probably anything you did tonight didn't get done.
Yeah, for
So,
me,
all
it's just
right.
what I did tonight.
Oh,
So
all
my
good.
two
We can redo it.
things.
Mine looks
Yeah,
good.
well, I can move it. I can re-upload them. That's no problem.
But it's
all right.
fine for now until later.
Yeah.
Because we're really not going to have much of a chance to do any sort of adventuring in here tonight.
Besides the exploration inside this wine barrel.
Yes, besides that. And, okay, where are we?
I think we lost the shield guardian. Didn't come through the teleportation.
Or big goat.
Yeah, the goat and the shield guardian will need to be added.
Can't wait till the goat starts eating all of the bread and making a racket.
Like clap,
Okay,
clap,
so-
clap, and the hooves all over the place.
It's not going to be quiet.
So does Mulek hear anything if I listen? Is out, or is it really quiet? Is it dark? Is it light?
Well, this is
What's
a
this?
storage room, and there's no light source other than what you guys bring with you. So, those of you who have dark vision can see. Those of you who do not have dark vision, you see two, from your perspective, rather large, meaning like 6-inch gaps, but relatively small little bars of light under the bottom of the two doors. So the door at the north end of the room and the door at the south end of the room, which kind of gives you an idea of the perspective. And that light that you see coming in looks to be the quality of like torchlight. So you definitely would guess that these doors do not open to the outside. They open to other places inside the castle, or presumably this is a castle that you all are in. And you will find yourself there. So now, he indicated, as Paul indicated, Krenraid is not being stealthy and not being subtle about moving to one of these barrels and looking like he's going to try to pull the top off. Probably he's going to try to brute strength it. So does anybody want to do anything?
I already went
yeah,
over. The
Mulek
woman's trying to help
will
him
stop,
do it too. No, you go.
No. No, I already told Kren it's not time for swimming. This
What
isn't
else
party
am I going to
time.
get a chance to swim in a barrel of wine?
Des
We
is
got to
like,
make sure
"Could
this
you
place
keep
is
it on
safe.
the
We don't
down
know.
low?"
There's a giant goat over there. It's just
About
inside the
that point in
barrel.
time, Des walks up to Krenraid and is like, "Quiet. We don't want to let them know we're here just yet. And you're
And then
making
the
a lot of
giant
racket."
Goat appears
And the
starts
goat-
eating all of the meat and the bread.
The goat is actually better behaved than you are.
That's probably true.
So don't be blaming the
all right,
goat.
fine. Blaming the goat. I'm just saying it's big and making a lot of noise.
He's not making any noise. You're making the noise.
Have you seen the size of him?
Kren,
With-
shh.
With a stealth of 19, Vel will try and make her way over to a door and like put her head against the floor and see if she sees anything underneath it, quietly, so she doesn't get in trouble.
Alice, you're
Okay.
thinking, that's a great name for a song.
Okay, so that
And
gets
perception as well?
controlled by- yeah, let's see. So stealth, yeah. Make a perception check. See what
And I give
you-
myself guidance too, so plus a D4.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, with a 26 perception, you look out underneath the door, and you see that there is indeed some torchlight, but beyond that, there is a hallway that opens to the outside. And you see the floors here are made of, I mean, you don't know what size trees they use, but these are wooden floors that are incredibly thick and very, very sturdy. And standing out maybe a good 50 or 60 feet away from you with its back to you, and you can tell that because you're looking at the heels. There are the heels of an enormous humanoid. The heels are kind of bluish, and they are in some sandals that are kind of done like boots. I don't know if any of you have ever seen like the footwear that the Roman legion would use when it's not in wintertime. You know, it's kind of like they kind of look like Birkenstocks, but with more leather around them.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so that's the footwear that is being worn. But with your perception of a 26, you would guess that creature is probably somewhere between 25 and 30 feet tall, judging by the size of its feet. And also, looking at the door here, the door is about 27 feet tall and 15 feet wide. So,
I'll kind of sit down and look to the rest of them and say, guys, we have company through this door. He's really tall.
Did you say music? Did you?
No, you don't hear any music. But would anybody else like to make any other checks?
I'd like to make a perception check just to see what I can make out in here. I'm looking to see if there's anything in particular that's been tucked away.
Okay. And let's see.
I thought I'd do some snooping around, so I rolled an investigation check.
All right. There's nothing. Des, you don't find anything valuable except for foodstuffs. And Thaldor, yeah, this is pretty much food storage for the castle.
Yeah, Dad, I don't find anything in this room unless you're hungry.
And you can tell Sangzor, his nose is sort of going, and he's going over to some of the crates, and he starts nudging his nose against some of the crates, and
go over and pull out some of his favorite treats out of my bag of holding, and like hold them up to him and grab his halter and go, no, not right now, maybe later.
And he rolls his eyes, he looks at you, he looks down at the treats, and his little goat lips go and grab the treats out of your hand. Yeah, nibble them out of your hands. But then his eyes kind of roll back to the crate, and when you're standing there, smells like dried fruit. Smells like dried fruit in there. So he's
like, no,
obviously
not right now. Later, I promise.
And so then that takes care of Bell. Des, Thaldor, your investigation didn't turn up anything. Falliger, you were asking about music. There was nothing that you heard, but anything else you were looking for? Or anything else specifically you wanted to know at the moment?
I was just being silly. No, I just wanted to know what I heard or saw. So I rolled.
Okay. With an 18 perception.
20. Put a guidance on it.
Okay, yeah. 20. The 20 perception.
Actively listening.
Yeah. With a 20 perception, before you get to the door up there, back around about here, you actually hear a thunking and bumping on the other side of this wall, and it's the kind of thing that sounds like somebody maybe has bumped an enormous cooking utensil against against a wall or something. Like maybe there's a kitchen opposite you.
Guys, I think we're on the other side of a kitchen wall.
You think? Okay. As long as we've got that cleared up, that you think.
Well, I mean, it's what it sounded like a pot or pan or something.
So that means that there's one person here. She points towards the door where she saw the person, and then she points towards the side that Faerun heard the noise. So there's two people right there, and I'm guessing that one's going to be a big boy too, like this one. Because, oh my god, his feet are huge. But we don't talk about that. So, like, the other person, oh my... They're tall. Like, did I say how tall they were? They're like 20, 30. I don't know how many tall. Tall. Like, giant tree.
But Des looks at her and goes,
It's just that, like, having a middle panic. Quietly.
They are giants. We'll be all right.
Yeah, and now that you're thinking about it, looking in here, those of you who have dark vision or who ignite a light source, whether it's magical light or a torch or something like that, you see that the ceiling in this area is 40 feet high. And the ceiling of this room is made by what looks like the underside of wooden planks, and those planks are probably a good 8 to 10 feet wide, and then supporting those planks are cross beams, which are square cross beams that are a good 15 feet square. So 15 feet on a side, no, maybe not quite that big. Maybe 10 feet on a side. 15 seems like a quite a large bit, but in other words, it's enormous, and you can tell that a floor made like that, oh yeah, that would be able to support a lot of weight. So presumably, maybe that's a roof, maybe that's the underside of a roof, or maybe there's another floor above you.
He takes out his sunblade and he speaks the magical phrase, hot sauce, and it lights up.
I didn't know he could change the magical phrase.
Yeah, it was one thing that your friends back there could do for you.
And he just gives everybody some light so they can better see.
I take off my goggles of dark, my goggles of night as he blinds me.
Mulek would have walked once he stopped Kren and saw the others go up here to the top. He would have made his way over here and would have tried to look out this door.
Look out the door or look under the door?
Under the door.
Okay.
And remind me how much space is between the bottom of the door and
about
the floor.
6 inches.
Okay, so not enough room to squeeze through.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not enough to squeeze through.
Well, I don't know. Cats are made of liquid.
True.
Well, not enough. Let's put it this way: not enough for Mulek to squeeze through. So, Mulek, as you look out, you see the what appears to be a corridor that extends east to west. That corridor is maybe 10, about 30 feet wide, and there is the nearby glow of what's probably a giant-sized torch, which kind of basically is casting light like a bonfire would. but it looks like it's coming from somewhere up on the wall. So you're probably not too far away from a torch sconce that's on the other side of the hall. And then opposite you, there is a door that probably looks a lot like the one that you are looking under right now. And the corridor or whatever the space is beyond that door is dark.
Okay.
So you can't see a lot of detail there.
That
Faldor.
from the other side will say, "Do you see
Sir.
anything?" But not loudly, like very quietly. So if he hears me or not, I don't know.
Yeah, what's up,
Okay.
Challenger?
Keep on screaming lightly.
Bell will whisper, "Do you see anything?" to Thalidor. He'll whisper something to Faliger, whisper something to Krenraid, to Desarius, and then finally Mulek hears, "Do you want some tacos?"
Yes, please. With some hot sauce.
Jimmy Chung.
And when he says hot sauce, the sword goes out.
I thought it only works for me. Come on now.
So, Challenger, what did you want?
I was thinking, I don't think we're going to be sneaking around this place. What's the game plan here? Between me and a giant golem and, well,
And I go,
a
right.
giant coat and, this merry band of misfits, I don't think we're going to be sneaking around too well.
Well, we can hide the shield guardian as much as possible, and if we need it to come, he will know where I am and come to me if I call it. So he doesn't necessarily have to come out with us immediately. Try and do a little bit of reconnaissance.
Say we go out when they're sleeping, but I don't know what time of day it is. I haven't seen the sun.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I have to know where the sun's at. And we're inside a building. If we were outside at all at any time and I saw the sun, I know exactly what time it is. But if I were not been outside yet, I know what time it was when
Guess that makes sense.
But I don't know what time it is now because we're in a different area. So, and that's a demi-plane, so time there probably works differently than where we're at now. So
I will go up to him and touch, like, on the other side of his eyeballs, right in front of his ears, and say, trying to see if that makes him help remember what time it was.
Do I need to
No.
get some ice?
no ice.
Oh,
I got this. No, once we
Well,
get
I saw a torch. I saw a torch out this other way, so it's either trying to provide light in a darkened interior, or it's nighttime
Okay.
outside. So.
Illic, there's a way you could possibly compare quality of the light you were seeing.
Compare.
Yeah.
Trying to think if I've got something that's similar to
No.
sunlight.
Easier than that. So far, one of you has looked out to the north door. One of you has looked out the south door. No single one of you has looked out both doors.
I'll go
Via what I kind of.
Everybody's putting down. Kramer wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'll take a peek out both doors. I'll go to the north and then the south.
What did you guys see out here? this
Okay,
other side?
you look out the north door. You can tell. Faldor, that as you look out beyond whatever this corridor or area is that this room is inside of, there is daylight beyond.
I see natural light. Okay.
Yeah, you cannot see the sun, so but you know it's daytime that way. When you go to the south door and you look, it clearly looks like an interior corridor.
Gotcha.
So
So I come back to the group like, okay, it's still daytime outside. So I saw natural light. So I can't give you a definitive time, but I know it's daytime.
and for Thaldor's reference, it was fairly early in the morning, like let's say 8 a.m. in the morning, when you guys teleported away from Barovia.
Oh, we're
Okay,
kind of
so
waiting for
it
him
might
to say,
be lunchtime.
what if they're
You said they were
nocturnal?
cooking, right? But you said they were sound like they were cooking, right? Mulek. So I would imagine it's probably around lunchtime. I imagine.
No, I heard it.
Oh, it was Falliger. Falliger heard it. Yeah, so I guess
Yes.
it's around lunchtime.
I mean, it's just a guess. I mean, it sounded like cookware hitting the backside. Think
No.
about it, Ken Raid. As tough as you are, and you're so
Yeah.
small, try to do that to some huge old giants that are probably way tougher. That's probably not
there's a-
realistic.
There's not enough poison in my poisoner's kit to do that.
Oh, I don't know how the poisonous act works. I just know if you spike a bit of wine, you can have a bit of fun. Sometimes the lads and I put it in some weird mushrooms into our barrels of beer and had some fun with that way. We used to be knocked out for a couple of days.
Oh, no, I don't have that either.
Well, we do have. I mean, these barrels are giant, but we do have a giant goat. We could put a giant goat in one of the barrels, and that would contaminate the wine.
And as our party starts to wonder how they might cause dysentery or other sorts of stomach ills to the giants, we will pull the camera back and we will leave the party now in the storage room in a cloud giant's castle. So congratulations, players, you have survived your trip to Barovia. You made some friends along the way, and you found out a little bit about the plot that is causing the Sword Coast to go crazy. But now you need to figure out how to get to how to navigate your way around this castle, figure out where the little charm or the little focus for the Liam and Secure chest would be, and retrieve the items that you need there. And the last thing that I will say that you all hear is you do hear a rumbling noise, and this rumbling noise appears to come from below you, and the noise that you hear is a horrific bestial growl. It sounds like a cry of anger, frustration, and perhaps it's tinged with pain. And whatever made that noise is probably pretty darn big.
We've all been there in the kitchen. Just a pan that was too hot. Something falls over. Ah, God.
Yeah, but it's not a humanoid thing on your social media platforms or any streams you'll be involved with between now and next Thursday.
Not for myself personally, but I would like to shout out the Action Surge. That's okay. We know them. Very well.
Certainly.
So
Yes.
the Action Surge, they
Yes.
show up in the Twitch chat as well, in case you're curious. They're a good group of guys and gals. They put a lot of effort into what they do. So they definitely deserve the shout out. They've got their own weekly game, kind of like what we do. They said they have it every 2 weeks. And they'll be having that next week on Wednesdays. Let me just find the timing right quick. I believe it's the same time. I'm going to confirm that. 8 p.m. EST.
Yes.
And they're good people.
8 p.m. EST.
I'm really looking forward to another session, which I'm joining them in, called Blades in the Dark, where that will be either a weekly or a monthly session. I'm not quite sure yet. But...
Yes, they have their games every Wednesday. Like Paul said, there's an episodic actual campaign that they do every other Wednesday, and then on the alternating Wednesdays, they do a dungeon crawl, which is sort of an interactive type of thing where viewers can show up and they can influence what happens in the dungeon crawl by either giving boons or banes to the players, or boons and banes to the DM. I played in their dungeon crawl last night, and it was a lot of fun. So give them a look and a listen. Wednesday nights, twitch.tv/theactionsturge. All one word, STURGE. And Michael, what's going on over on the Doors of Fear channel between now and next Thursday?
I'm a variety streamer. Lord knows what I'll end up playing tomorrow night. We'll see. At this moment, I don't know, but just come check me out. Usually I stream in the evenings, usually around 7 or 8 p.m. Or it could be earlier in the day. If I wake up early enough, it's usually about 12, 1 o'clock. So that's Central Standard Time. So just come check me out when I go live and just say live. Just come hit me up and let's have fun.
Yes, and that's at twitch.tv/Doors of Fear. So, all right. Well, and then I'll be back here Saturday night for our Saturday night Greyhawk game. And in that game, Heather will be back here for that game as well. Sunday, Heather and Ivy and Ken will be back here with me Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. for the Walker of Waterdeep. It's our 5th edition game. We just recently had our 100th session, so that's a long-running game there. So come and check us out, 2 p.m. on Sunday. And then Monday night, I'll be doing Monster Monday, and I've had a lot of stuff going on with work, so I haven't yet picked out what I'm doing, but by Saturday night, I should be able to tell you guys what monster I am covering on Monday night. We just did the Manticore last week, so interesting monster there. Alrighty, thank you guys for coming. Hope you all have a wonderful week. Players, viewers, take care. Players, I'll go ahead and get the rest of the tokens assigned and set up, and I'll try to make sure that your characters are updated. Or have you all already updated your characters in this game?
I updated mine.
You'll have to update mine.
Okay.
Mine's updated.
Okay, so I need to bring over the new version of Dez.